If anyone's there, can you hear me? Normally this doesn't work on the first go at all. It's a pain in the ass. Can anyone hear me if anyone's there? Oh, cool. Wow, first time lucky. That's a first. I wanted to do this. I know I did one, I think, last week, but I wanted to do another one. I think we all need a chat about where Supercoach is at the moment. Certainly for my team, I'm not too happy with it. Rico, would it be crazy to split Anderson into Petrarca and Cherry? I'm assuming you mean Noah Anderson. For some reason, I thought you meant angry. Sorry. Nah, I think Anderson's in bad form. It depends what you've got on the field too. Like you'd probably want to get rid of your worst rookies first, get them off the field. But if you're doing all right, then nothing wrong with that, I guess. Just got to watch out as well for that first buy because I think Petrarca and Cherry are on the same one, round 12. Benny, how you going, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Think I'm bringing in McCluggage and one of Petrarca or Cozzy. Which one would you go? Good question. It comes down to your buys, I think. Petrarca's obviously probably the safer option. What buy has Cozzy got? Is it round 15? I'll just check. No, it's not. It's not the early one though, is it? Round 16. I don't know. If you Petrarca, I think is the safer pick, but he's also a little bit more expensive. So yeah, I don't know. I think at some point you're probably going to need both of them. So you could probably wait another week on McCluggage. I don't know if you can do that with how your structure is and stuff, but you could possibly get Petrarca and Cozzy if you can afford it. Oh wow, the questions are rolling in now. Geez, that moved quick. I thought everyone would be watching DR's round review. How do you say that name? Kalen Papa? Cool name. Nazar Holmes this week, 130 break even for Max and 80 for Nas. I don't know. I can't see Max getting too much lower than what he is. Who have the Saints got? Got Gold Coast. I think Holmes will go big on Collingwood. Yeah, I'd probably get Holmes if I'm honest. That's just gut feel though. Global Sports Cards, how you going, mate? Good to see you again. Lachlan Hewitt. I'm good, mate. Good, thanks, Lachlan. I was 13 overall this week. Wow. They're going to getting rid of Grill and Jagger this week for Holmes and Rookie. Yeah, do it. I don't trust Grill at all. That's why I got rid of him this week. And Jagger, we all know, is having problems. I think Michael Voss is not quite using him as he should be. I don't understand as well how George Hewitt can't get a look in at all. He's not even an emergency. And Jagger can't get in the midfield. It's just bizarre. Benny, I have the same amount on their buys, so I'm clueless. Slightly looking towards Cozzy because of the West Coast matchup. Actually, that's a good call. I forgot about that. I think, yeah, if you can only get one, go Cozzy because he'll probably go massive this week. And Petrarca, he'll probably just do what he normally does. Aiden, hey mate, is it a good week to boost and double downgrade the two Tigers boys and up to a primo? I would have said yes, like not a bad idea, but I just read that Taranto is probably back this week. So could Burton be gone? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see team sheets. Benny can't afford Cozzy and Track, sadly, so got to choose one. Yeah, as I said, I think Cozzy with that matchup. Global Sports Cars, totally love your collection going on behind you. Yeah, cheers. It's kind of the tip of the iceberg as well. This there's a lot more in here. I just can't kind of show it. I can't move the camera. I can, but it's pretty bloody hard. But yeah, cheers. I don't really like cheese. Howdy whiz. Howdy, I don't really like cheese. Howdy, partner. Yeah, I like Max better too, but the extra cash from Naz over Holmes lets me one up, one down to Bont next week. Nice. Granted, there's no rookies on the horizon. I mean, there probably isn't. So it's looking that way anyway. I don't think there's anything wrong with going Naz over Holmes. I don't think they'll score too much differently this week. Yeah, if it lets you get Bont next week, then I think, yeah, just go Naz then. It's good to look into the future a little bit. Lachlan, I'm a Blues fan, mate. It's crazy. Yeah, it is. I think George Hewitt might end up at the Crom next year. He's from SA, and if he can't get a look in there, he'd certainly get a look in our midfield because it's pretty shitty. Rico would trade Anderson to Cummings, then McAndrew and Zerha to Petrarca and Cherry. Is that a question? Like, would I trade? Would trade Anderson to Cummings? McAndrew and Zerha to Petrarca and Cherry. Yeah, that's killer. Yeah, do that. That's good. Mate the Great. Hey mate, hope you're well. Who would you trade out of Dersma, Rosas, and Cook? Obviously, ideally none of them, but need cash. Have you got anyone else you can get rid of? Rosas just put in like a career game, so he'll be riding off the back of that for a couple of weeks with his cash gen. I wouldn't get rid of Cook. I think he'll go really well this week against Richmond. Let me have a look at Dersma for you. I'm assuming you mean Willem. Break even of 60. Oh, I wouldn't get rid of any of them right now. Is there anyone else you can get rid of? Let me know. Kyle, yeah, cheers for tuning in, mate. Have a good night as well. James, suitcase time, methinks. Yeah, I'm possibly thinking that myself. I think we saw what we had to. I'll just get up McCluggage's tog here and have a look. But that's what I've been waiting for. Not really the score. 74%. So he's getting back up there. He's not far off. He's only about 10% off his regular now. 51% CBA. So yeah, it's looking good. I think it's about time to jump on him. And it could be the week to do it as well because it seems pretty hard with, in my opinion, there's only two real viable downgrades. I mean, you could do Burton, but I'm not keen. But Cumming is expensive, and yeah, it kind of limits what you can upgrade around him. So if you can get a discount player like the suitcase this week, it's pretty handy. The other one that I like is Edwards from Sydney. Is it Edwards? The blonde defender guy. This is the problem. I don't get to watch as much footy at the moment. It's a bit sad. What's your thoughts on the cheap midfield options like Brayshaw and the Brisbane lads, for example? Also, English will be cheap soon. I don't like Dunkley yet. I think Brayshaw is struggling for whatever reason, same as Sarong. So, yeah, McCluggage is the only one I really like from Brisbane at the moment. There's just too many questions on Dunkley. Like, what's going on there? Like, why is he and Ashcroft not scoring so well? We know with McCluggage it's purely time on ground. his points per minute are up, so that's a good sign. So I think he's a good pick. As for English, yeah, he'll be cheap, but with the way the other rucks are going, I don't think he's quite in league with like Grundy, Cherry, Gorn before all this Max Heath shit started, and also Jackson. I think Jackson clears English pretty well. So I mean, he might be cheap, but you're going to be, I think, leaking points in the long run. Depends if you're playing for position or not. Lachlan, any particular rookies that we should target? Who are you targeting? Yes, I just said then. It's either Cumming or Edwards. I don't think I'd go the double downgrade this week. I don't think I want to use a boost on that. If I was going to use the boost, I'd probably do what I said in my video last night, which is a bit of a naughty one, but downgrade Gorn in the flex to Cumming and then get in Holmes and Whitfield. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not too keen on this batch of rookies, if I'm honest. Ricky, g'day, Wiz. Hope you well. Yeah, you too, mate. Loving the vids recently. Would like to hear your opinion on hopping on Bont if he plays like this week over the likes of Callahan. Oh, if he plays this week over the likes of Callahan. Oh, I mean, the Bont's the Bont. Like, I paid up for him at the start. You can't beat the guy. He's kind of, I would say, in a league of his own, but in Supercoach terms, not really. Like, I think it's him and Gorn over the past few years. But yeah, like, you can't go wrong getting him. Callahan's cheap, but the thing is, Bont won't be this price for long. So you kind of got to jump on now. Whereas Callahan, he's not really going to get away from you too quickly. So yeah, I think if you can get Bont, get Bont. Windy Cod. Windy Cod? I don't know. The English language is a bit weird sometimes. Grill and Farrow to Holmes and Rookie. Or can boost to luggage as well. So Grill and Farrow. Yep, that's all right. Holmes and Rook. Yep. So one up, one down. Who are you boosting to McCluggage? I don't mind it at all. Just depends who you're boosting, I guess. James, he's only 1% owned. I have to go back and have a look for a second who you're talking about. It's hard to keep up. There's so many messages already. I didn't expect it. Sorry. Who's only 1% owned? I got to find. Oh, there we go. Yeah, McCluggage only 1% owned. That won't be for long. I think this week that's going to skyrocket because we've all seen that that kind of tog increase that we're looking for. Michael Rubenstein, how you going? Farrow and Grill, Burton and Bolton. Oh, Bolton, you asking for pain there. He's been good, don't get me wrong, but oh geez, I've got like PTSD about Bolton. My forward line is now Sheasel, Petrarca. Nice. Bailey, Pickett, Bolton, Flanders. Yeah, I like that. It's pretty good. Flanders may have to go, but I know he's like more of a luxury trade later on for most people. Mate the Great. I could trade Lindsay instead. Need 300k already trading Grill. If I trade Dersma, I can get Cherry next week. No boost. So either one up, one down, or double down. Want to avoid the double down. Yeah, doubling down at this time of the year, it doesn't feel right. Like we should be going one up, one down. But I guess if there's no rookies on the horizon, it could be a good play. If that's the West Coast Lindsay, I wouldn't be trading him if that's what you're talking about. Like he'll still keep scoring okay, and he's still got a fair bit of money to make. Do you think Wayne Miller is potential top 6 or at least top 10? Top 10, yes. Top 6, no. He still has those real floor games, and it's going to continue to hurt him. Like if you think Jordan Clark is bad, Miller, his floor is even worse. I guess he's been a little bit more consistent though this year. So yeah, but he'll be around that top 10, I reckon. It's actually not a bad pick for his price at the moment. Dunkley playing lesser and more defensive role to try keep Zach Bailey at the club, maybe. I don't know about that because Dunkley's always played that defensive role in the midfield. I mean, he's still getting good CVAs. 51% this week. hang on a sec. I'm going to bring up DFS. I haven't had a look. This is why I wanted to do this this live stream, just more to have a chat and helps me learn stuff because I've got limited time. Sorry, I'm just going to check CVAs. So I think Dunkley's CVAs aren't too much different to last year. He's down 6% overall, but if you take out the weekend's game, which was only 51%, then yeah, he'd be around the same, I reckon. So no, I don't think anything's changed with his role. I think it was DR was saying that he is possibly playing injured. So, I mean, DR's your man you want to listen to about Brisbane players. So I think that's more the case because he's always been that defensive mid. What about Bustlinger, 215K, making some serious cash? So I looked at this last night. He gets a lot of spoils, but I don't trust a player that's relying on spoils to get Supercoach points. And also, I don't know about his job security. There's talk that he'll probably make way for Lob. So I don't know. It feels like one of those sugar hit kind of trade-ins, and it hasn't worked out this year. Like, look at Sardis. Even Farrow didn't really work out, and then Lukosius. Like, I don't think they've been great. Windy will boost Jagger. Yeah, that's all right. I reckon Jagger to McCluggage. That's not bad at all. Just yeah, how many boosts have you got left after that? Dazzy, am I saying that right? Dazzy? My round one score is my highest score of the year and the highest individual round rank of my season. Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, worst season of my life. What's your rank? I've noticed it too, and I think it's the case for a lot of people. Like, our scores, our weekly scores were probably higher a couple of weeks ago before we started upgrading. And I said it in my video last night. I'm not sure if you watched, but my theory on that is the reliable rookies have started to be traded off because they're topping out. And so we're now getting these more hit and miss rookies on the field. So it's kind of, we're getting those maybe 30-point increases per player on average when we upgrade, but we're kind of losing out. So it's not quite evened out just yet, but it will. Michael, who do you think the top 6 forwards are at this point? Good question. I mean, you can just click average if you want at this point, but from this point onwards, let's see. So obviously Sheasel. Hang on, let me bring up the list so I can have a good look. I don't want to say anything without really thinking about it. Just bear with me. Sheasel, obviously, F1. Sheasel, Pickett, Petrarca. So that's 3. After that, it gets a little bit harder. I think it's probably Zach Bailey, McInerney, and Touk Miller. But yeah, I don't know. It's a hard one. I don't really think Flanders will be in the top 6. Just having a look at the list now. I know you guys can't see, but I don't think there's anyone else in there that would be. I think Myers would have been if it wasn't for the knee problem and Geelong changing their style of play. Jack Ross is the one to watch as well. He's doing really good lately. And then, yeah, Bolton, on average, he's fourth midfielder at the moment, but I don't think that will stay, surely. So, yeah, I don't know, something like that. Josh, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name. Actually, you know what? I will, just for shits and giggles. Is it Van Kuyk or something? Dutch, I guess. G'day, Wiz. I have Gorn and McAndrew as my rucks. Should I be prioritising getting Grundy better than Cherry with my buy structure rather than a fallen primo this week? It depends how much money you got and how many boosts you have and stuff. I think if you're in a really good position, you can kind of do that. You can pay up. You don't need to take risks on a lot of bargain players. Yeah, and sorry for probably butchering your name as well. Lachlan, I went Finn last week against Gold Coast as I thought was a good matchup. Also, so I can bring in Clug this week. Yeah, nice. Finn went well, didn't he? I think. Yeah, Gold Coast are leaking some scores at the moment to midfielders. It's a bit odd. Ryan just says Buslinger. Is that in reply to an earlier comment or something? Yeah, I don't know. Need context on that one, Ryan. James Hayden Bont was one of only 200 odd to trade Young in last week, and 222 trade him out. Do you mean Hayden Young, not Hayden Bont? Or are you calling him Bont? I don't know if he's quite that good. He just needs to stop getting injured. Yes, he's very good, but yeah, right. I'm hearing he could get forward DPP. Is that right? I think you'd have to play a lot of forward though by round 12 that it changes to get that one. Does he? I'm 54k rank. The one good week I was going to have was ruined by ZZ late in. Oh no, you were one of them. Yeah, right. I mean, yeah, I didn't mind seeing that when it happened because I knew that it'd give me an advantage because I don't have ZZ. But yeah, I felt bad as well for everyone that got caught out there. Yeah, it's a shitty game, especially if you're not actively sitting around watching games. Like I freak out every Saturday when I'll play footy in the resis and then coach the game after. That's like a massive block during those afternoon games that I can't get to my phone at all. And I got to set my team before that and just hope for the best. If anything like that happens to me, like I'm screwed because I can't even see it until after it's happened. Matt Pearson, would you trade into Cumming plus Zach Bailey or Cozzy and Burton? I don't like Burton's job security. Even though Cummings like 70k more, I'd probably go Cumming and Bailey in that case because yeah, I think Burton could be gone this week with the news about Taranto coming back. Josh, you pronounced my last name perfectly. Fair play. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. I didn't butcher it at least. So yeah, cool. I've only got the one boost left and like 90k in the bank, so might be best to prioritize the value players over Grundy. I don't know. Like if your gut says to get Grundy, do it, but don't expect too big a score this week against Cherry. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, the conservative in me would say one boost left and 90k in the bank. Maybe don't, but yeah, I think go with your gut every day of the week. Actually, 90k is a fair bit. So, nah, if you want to, do it. I'm not going to tell people what to do and what not to do. I mean, have you seen my backline? Mate the Great, do you think we worry too much about buys? I mean, if I have 6 primos out in round 12, but only 2 for the rest, does the one game really matter? No, and so no, sorry. Yes, I think we worry too much about buys. No, it doesn't matter. I think, well, I've been worried about the buys a little bit myself, like trying to, this week I wanted to bring in Petrarca, and I thought, oh no, then I'll have 5 on that first buy, and everyone's saying you should only have 4 max. But then think back to the start of the year, and everyone was freaking out about, oh, we won't get Baz because he's got the buy. We won't get this player because he's got the extra buy. In the end, what did it matter? We're all scrambling to try and get Baz now. Players like that. Who gives a shit about the buys, really? Like, it's 1 week versus the rest of the season. So, yeah, I say to hell with it. Just do it. Just send it. Davo, Tall Timber. Hey Wiz, how's your crystal ball? Bit cracked at the moment, to be honest. What's the future hold for Gorn? I get that having Heath gives the Demons dual rucks, but with my check out with his hammy, does that mean they keep going forward? All I can say for that is watch the team sheets. Gorn as a forward could go pretty big on West Coast anyway. Like he's got that reach. He's actually not bad up there. But I don't know. See if they bring in a forward this week. But I think long term, it looks like they're trying to transition Heath into that first ruck. As much as it might hurt them in the short term, I don't think realistically that Melbourne expect to win the flag or anything this year. So they're not in a rebuild, but you know, they're not in the window, and I think they know it. So they're probably, because Gawn's 34. He said before he's not going to play much longer, so it makes sense. That's why I'm thinking about getting rid of Gawn, to be honest. P.S. I finally had a good week with 23.96. Bloody hell. Rank 120 for the round. Yeah, that's heaps good. My new ceiling. My floor is 16.38 from round 3. Loving this Supercoach roller coaster. Oh, geez. How'd you get 16.38 in round 3? What happened there? I can't work that out. How does that happen? I wish there was a way you could like send your team in the chat. Anyway, try and describe it to me what happened in round 3. Lachlan, I've Gawn and Jackson currently. Should I be trying to get in Grundy and Cherry or just wait? I think you can wait. I don't think Grundy and Cherry are going to go massive on each other this week. They are playing each other, right? I'm sure they are. So let me double check. Otherwise, I'm talking out my ass, which I sometimes do anyway. But yeah, no, they're playing against each other this week. So no rush. I think it's like when Grundy and Gawn play each other. Neither of them go massive. They kind of can cancel each other out most of the time. Aiden, have Jackson R1 and McAndrew R2. Is it time to get another big dog ruck? Yes. I think you're leaking points there to people that have Grundy and Cherry. McAndrew should go well this week, though, if he plays against Richmond. I still think if they're going to rest him, it's going to be this week. But we're getting close to their bye now, so maybe they just take him all the way through to the bye and shut the door on Rob. I guess, yeah, if McAndrew's named solo ruck this week, you can probably keep him for another week. But yeah, you'd have to be looking at getting one of the big dogs ASAP. Probably next week, I'd say. Matt McCluggage is almost back to his normal tog. Yep. Shall we strike on him in the next week or two? Oh yeah, absolutely. So I've said before that with the position I'm in with the cash gen and the rank and the boosts and stuff, I don't feel like I really have to take risks on those fallen kind of value players too much. I'm still going to get some and all that, but yeah, McCluggage is one that I'm confident that I would be getting because I don't know if you were here earlier in the chat, but a lot of these other fallen primos like Dunkley and that, it's like we don't really know why, but McCluggage is a black and white one. It's purely Tog with him, and he's got that good points per minute. So yeah, you can bring him in. I think his Tog and CBAs are an upward trend. I think I'll be looking at doing it. Oh, here we go, Davo. So the round 3, 5 out injured, 2 omitted, and 7 on the bye. Oh, okay. So I forgot it was a bye week. Okay. Well, that's not quite normal anyway. So yeah, I guess the fact it was a bye week, it's not that low, really. I thought you meant like I forgot round 3's buys. So yeah, I thought it was like a regular best 23 round. Because that would be insane. Mate, the great Grundy goes all right on Cherry. Yeah, okay. I mean, he probably does. He goes all right on most rucks. I'm just going to bring up something. Hang on, bear with me. I'm going to check something from preseason. I think my computer's frozen. Not frozen, but... Oh, what is going on? Hang on. I'll be a sec. So Grundy last year averaged 113 on Cherry. and 117 over the last 2 years. So it's not too bad, but it's not like a ceiling score or anything for him. So that's what I mean. They kind of just cancel each other out with decent scores, nothing huge. Rookie coach, Seth Green, there he is. Congrats on 1K, brother. Suitcase in for me this week, most likely. Cheers. And yeah, again, like I couldn't have done it without you. You're yes, massive support and great to talk to. And I mean the Seth Green thing with all the love in the world from one 90s kid to another. Suitcase in for me this week. Yeah, no, that's awesome. Do it, I reckon. I definitely support that. The Woohoo review, what up, Wiz? Oh, you know, just the usual, doing live streams and shit like that. Riddle me this. Use final boost going Walsh to Callahan or Flanders to Suitcase or neither. Interesting. Very sideways. What rookies have you got in the field? I wouldn't be doing either of them at the moment, unless you've, I don't know, somehow got like no more rookies on the field or no shitty rookies anyway. But even the team ranked number one still got a bunch of rookies on the team. So on the field, sorry. So I don't know. I wouldn't be doing that this time of year. But you know, each to their own. If we all played the same way, we're not going to get far. Matt Pearson, my plan is to bring X in round 13. Yeah, nice. So after the bye for the flex. His games after his bye are scary to not have him. 100%. If you don't get him now, you have to get him like as soon as he comes off the bye, because that's a crazy run he's going to go on. Except for the Essendon one, we kind of thought there was going to be a massacre last time, and it was. It was a massacre in the opposite direction. So post bye, if anyone doesn't know what we're talking about here, so he comes off the bye and he has Fremantle, which is, you know, not the easiest. But then it's West Coast, Richmond, Essendon, Port. That's big. Then Collingwood, and again he does really well against Darcy Cameron for some reason. Yeah, it's not too hard of a run for the rest of the year after that. He gets to play Geelong again as well. So yeah, that's a must-have. Just gonna have some water so my voice doesn't crap out again. Last live stream was 4.5 hours, which I couldn't believe because it went so quick. But yeah, my voice was pretty hoarse the next day. So yeah, sorry, I'll just be having a few water drinks through this. The Woohoo review. Reckon I'll listen to the bloke at the top rather than the 8% buffhead typing this. Oh, you 8%? I thought you had a really high rank. I actually did. Maybe I'm getting you mixed up with someone else, but I swear I thought you were like ranked 30 or something. And if you're referring to me as at the top, I'm nowhere near. I'm like, what, 130 or something now. 500 points off first. Yeah. I guess top 1% though. I guess I get what you mean, but certainly not used to being there. Lucky, hey mate, congrats on the 1K. Boosting Burton or Bus or neither for Jake's. Oh, cheers. Hopefully you subscribed. Thanks for that. So Burton or Bus or neither for Jake's. Oh, Jake's has got to go. I got rid of him last week. I don't know. I don't like the Bus long-term job security. And I don't like Burton's job security full stop. Is there a way that if you can get Burton, surely you can get Cumming for Jake's? I'd do that. Or Edwards, the Sydney defender. I don't know if you already have him or not, but you know, he's not going to score as much as Cumming, you'd think, but he's a hell of a lot cheaper. He kind of opens up a lot of flexibility for trade options if you do it that way. Luis, welcome back. I remember you from last week. Caleb Sarong fucking me right now, but I feel like I just have to stick with him and it'll pay off. Oh, yeah, I guess. Not a huge advocate for sideways trading, but you don't have to stick with him. If you think he's not going to come back like to what he was, then you're better off chopping sooner rather than later before the damage is done. Matt, do you think Archie Roberts will keep up his scoring? It's frustrating being a non-owner at the moment. Yeah, he'll keep scoring well because we know that Essendon are going to continue with this kind of damage control for the rest of the year, I think, or at least until they get a bunch of players back. Just having a look at his scores now. I don't think he's as out of control as people think. So what's he gone? So he was crappy in round one, then 102, 100, 136, 145, 106, 140, 100. So I guess it's more a question, does he keep up these like 140 scores? He's got 3 of them or around that. It looks like mostly, though, he just scores like low 100s. So I think because of the way he plays, it's all very low impact kind of filth in the back 50. Check his heat maps. So, yeah, I don't see that many 140s and that coming, but he'll still be top 6, I think. Top 8. Probably top 6. Darcy, that's pretty close to the top. Yeah, it's all about perspective, isn't it? I feel like I'm so far behind the guys in like the top 20 and that. But yeah, I'm used to being at like 10,000 or something like that. No, woohoo review. No, it wasn't me. I just sound like I'm not retarded sometimes. Farrow and Grill to Whitfield and Burton is surely a lock if you have no mid loop. Is that for your team? Farrow and Grill. Whitfield and Burton. Again, I don't like the Burton one. He could be one of those that's like the perma bubble boy. There was one from earlier in the season, wasn't there? I can see that happening. Lachlan, I started Noah Anderson. Oh, well, what a ride. I've kept him all this time. He's a primo and hope he turns it around. Yeah, he will. He will eventually. He's another one where I wouldn't be going there. Like, I wouldn't be trading him in because, yeah, we know what he can do and stuff. But unless we know why this is happening, like, I don't trust it at all. I don't trust any of those players. I don't think he's injured. So, yeah, I got no idea what it is with him. But, yeah, if you've already got him, you started him, then, you know, just hope he turns it around. Luis, yeah, nearly chopped him 2 weeks ago, though, and didn't. So, just, yeah, being brutal and got to keep him, forget about him. Sideways trade to McCluggage is really tempting, though. Oh, yeah, he's been bloody disappointing, hasn't he? Him and Brayshaw is a weird one. Fremantle are doing well, though. That's the odd thing, and that's why I think it's not going to change. I think they'll continue to just be up and down because whatever they're doing, it's working. Maybe Fremantle's gone for more of a I don't know how to explain it, like a team approach where they're not relying on midfielders to get 30 every week. I don't know. Lachlan, only trade primos if they don't have the same role, in my opinion. Yeah, most of the time. I've screwed up with that one before. Like Finn Callahan last year had the good role and stuff, and after I think the first 3 rounds, he wasn't dealing with tags and stuff, and I traded him out, and then he went crazy. So yeah, it's not always the case though. I don't think there's any hard and fast rules in Supercoach. Jonathan, is Flanders on your chopping block in the coming weeks if it allows you to get to a cherry in flex after his buy? Flanders will be on the chopping block eventually, I think, but not for a little while. unless I get to the point where he's either dropped off a fair bit and is not scoring too much better than the rookies, then maybe with the money on his head, then yeah, he goes earlier than I was expecting to get up to one of the real big dogs. He could be a good stepping stone for, like a Baz or something like that. If it allows you to get to a cherry and flex after his buy. Yeah, if that's what it's going to do for you, then yeah, do it. 100%. Cherry on that run will probably outscore Flanders by, God, like 60 to 80 points a week, I reckon. Woohoo review. I only have 2 non-playing players to loop and help with rookie roulette. If Burton goes out, he's still useful. Yeah, that's true. But I think, no loop in midfield. Yeah, I don't have one either, and it's annoying. Losing out on rookie roulette, or at least I did last week or this week, whatever you want to call it. Dyson Sharp was pretty handy for that, but at least he may be scoring now, so he might even make some money. But yeah, I guess you just don't want to deliberately get players that are not going to be playing and making money at this point. I know we do it later on, but that's like way down the line. We still got to generate cash to finish the team off. I mean, if they're coming in now and not playing, it's you basically one player down. It's pretty hard, especially with this second crop of rookies. They're not really scoring like the first lot. What do you think is an acceptable price to get Bailey Smith in? I think with him, you kind of want to. You're going to be paying up either way. So let me have a look at him. His break even and that. For me, it's not so much the price. So he's got the break even of 191. Like, I don't know. He might go 170 on Collingwood. Who knows? But chances are he's probably going to drop down a little bit. He'll probably able to get him at like 630, 620, something like that, I reckon. And then that'll be about it. Oh, he's got Brisbane coming up, though. Collingwood, Brisbane, Sydney. Maybe he will drop down to about 600. Maybe then. But he's got a good run after that. So after Sydney, Carlton, Crom, that's going to be 2 good ones. Gold Coast, who have been giving up good scores in the midfield. Then Fremantle and Brisbane again. Well, that's weird. Weird fixturing. What should I expect, though? And then, yeah, he's got a nice run all the way home from there. So Giants, St Kilda, Melbourne, Collingwood, Essendon, North, Richmond. So you definitely want to be getting him, I think, before that round 18 game. So it gives you a bit of time to kind of, yeah, you want to try and pick off the best time in between there. So how many weeks is that? It gives us a fair while. It's a couple of months. So yeah, I don't know. There's really no answer because I don't have a crystal ball, so I don't know. But if he gets down to like 620, 630, then I'd be trying to get on him for sure. But yeah, if he's still really high priced by the time that fixture comes around, just get him in at all costs, I think. Darcy, Burton is pretty safe, I feel, for the next few weeks. Most of our injury players aren't coming back, and Prestia is out, so straight spot for Taranto. Okay, interesting. I didn't know that. I assume that you're a Tigers supporter, so that's good to know. Oh, maybe we go with Burton then. 99k rookies, he's 99, right? They're just so hard to pass up because they don't even have to score that good, and they kind of make that first 100k in their sleep. Yeah, he's 99k. Okay, maybe that's where we go then. As I said before, it also opens up a lot more options for upgrades this week, just with that, 70k less than coming, and who's the other one? He's less than all the others, obviously. Max, the GOAT is live. Oh, it's DR live, is he? Oh, geez, I should have timed this better. My Sam Flanders to Cherry trade was so good. What a move rank. 10k coming for it all. Hang on, let me read that again. I think I messed that up. Sam Flanders to Cherry trade was so good. What a move. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Right, 10k now. Okay, yeah. So I've heard like previous winners and stuff say that their rank was way out at this time of the year and they just bought it home. So yeah, he's still a shot. Everyone is really. Woohoo review. Don't you want to grab Callahan's suitcase at the bottom price? Well, suitcase, yes. But guys like Callahan, they're fallen for a reason. They're just not scoring, and we don't know why. Like, I don't think Callahan's role's changed. He's not injured. I know he had that little injury in the preseason, but if they're just fallen for it and we don't know why, I don't really want to risk going there because who's to say they're going to come back up? And if they do, are they really going to be competing with those top 8? Like, we know that momentum is everything in footy. So, yeah, the only one that I think that's black and white is the suitcase. Max, Jack Ross looks good, not going to lie. Been watching him for 3 weeks under 500k. Connor McDonald under 440, average of 95, coming off a 125. I can get them both. Yeah, I've been watching Jack Ross as well. A lot of people laugh at that. And I actually talked about him in the preseason and kind of got laughed at then as well. It's hard because, you know, he is pretty up and down. He kind of teases us and then doesn't do much at times. But the thing is with both of them, yeah, they're discounted, but how are they going to stack up against the top 6, top 8 kind of? Do you think they're going to be in the top 8? Because I don't know. I can't see them being top 6. But yeah, if your gut says that they're going to be good, then go for them, you know? Like, I guess at the end of the day, let's say Connor McDonald keeps averaging 95. Is he really that far off F6 anyway? Like, probably not. Just got to watch out. I think there's some DPP coming. Matt Pearson, is Adelaide feeding the ball to Miller over Worrell, and that's why he's in a slump? No, I don't think so. Worrell's a weird one at the moment. Now, if you have a look at the start of the year, they were both scoring well together, so I don't think that's the case at all. But Worrell just looks like he's hanging out of the contest. It's like he doesn't want to get involved. He's literally just seagulling. Like, if you look at his stats up from the weekend, he actually was a bit better, I guess, and felt like he's a bit underscored in the last quarter because he did some pretty important shit. But yeah, so he had 10 contested this week. So I guess he had a better one. Whether that's because it was a showdown or not, I don't know. But 22 touches at 82%, 14 kicks. He took some intercept marks. For some reason, this is a weird bit. He was scaled at -11, which was the second most for the Crows. I don't understand why. You would think at 83% efficiency, 82 he was, sorry. That's a bit weird. Only gave away 1 free, 3 clangers. Like, surely they weren't that bad. So yeah, I got no idea. Miller as well, scaled down -14. Like, it's just bizarre. No clangers either. I don't understand how it works, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think Miller is stealing Worrell's ball because we've seen them score good together. So I think it's more Worrell what he's doing. I think he's playing a bit more lockdown as well with the absence of Murray was out of the team, Keane's out of the team, Butts is now injured, so I think Murray will come back. But yeah, I think it's Keane that really frees him up. And I know he hasn't been there all year, but for whatever reason, he's having to play more lockdown right now from the look of it. They even had him locking down Mitch McGovern against Carlton, which was just ridiculous. Woohoo review. Richmond has 3 non-injured AFL eligible players, and one is Samson Ryan. Burton's job security is good for at least 3 weeks. Oh, yeah. Then I'm sold. I'll get him in for sure. I think that 70k that you save probably more important than coming whatever he's going to score. I don't think he'll stay at 80 average. Frederick, I'm thinking boost this week for the 2 Richmond downgrades. As for Primo, I think McCluggage is off the restricted minutes. Yep, I think we're all thinking that similar thing. I'm on the fence about coming, but Burton, yeah, I think I'm convinced now. Woohoo review. I need Nass next week, and Walsh could drop 40k in the next 2 weeks. I need advice because I'm a Carlton supporter and biased. Are you suggesting like getting rid of Walsh and getting Nas in for Walsh? Or are you suggesting getting Walsh in when he drops the 40K? I don't know. It's a hard one to get a read on. I'll come back to that one. Max, thoughts on Sam Berry? Could make 130K in 3 weeks and trade him to Bont or someone. All right, let's have a look at Berry. I think he's just got too many floor scores where, he got the 170, break even of 39. But if he drops one of those shit scores, it's just going to completely destroy it and there'll be no point getting him. So before the 170, he went 74 and 78. So yeah, if he does that, I can't see why he'd do it against Richmond. But let's say he does against North, then it's not going to do what you want it to. It's a bit risky. I mean, you can do it. He's pretty much the Crom's main midfielder at the moment, but yeah, I wouldn't be doing it. Probably not when you got guys like McCluggage available as well. James, really like Dawson this week, but can't because of round 12 bye. I already have 5 to 6 missing. Yeah, see that if you've got 6 missing and you want to add a 7, like it probably is too much, but who knows how Dawson's going to be when he comes back. I think he would have been highly emotional for that first game and he would have been like riding off of that, but he hasn't been himself. He hasn't been great this year up to that point, and the Crom in general are just not great this year. They're not really ever great, but not for a long time. But yeah, they're off this year for sure. I wouldn't be going there really. I think there's others like again McCluggage is a good one that you should be probably bringing in out of Dawson. Darcy Callahan just can't deal with the tag. Well, I think he can. I think he can now, or at least he learned to deal with it last year because he went on a wild run. I think he averaged like 116 for the year, but has he fallen back into it this year? Is that why he's not scoring well? I reckon the thing that he's missing is actually Tom Green because it's kind of the only thing that's missing since last year that he didn't have. I know Oliver's like a pretty good sub in for Green, but if you don't have that built up relationship with the player, it can be hard to replace. Callahan had 2 weeks of tagging. Have a look at his scores this season. All right, I'm going to have a look. Bear with me. So is that because he's been tagged? I can see his scores. Back-to-back tags, but the best players can break that. But has Essendon and West Coast coming up. Okay. Then he's got Brisbane, Melbourne, St Kilda. Melbourne and St Kilda could tag him. I don't know about Brisbane. They don't usually tag. Barry could go to him. I don't know. I don't think Brisbane really give a shit, really. I think they'd back themselves in to win anyway. Oh, yeah, I don't know about Callahan. I haven't really been that keen on him or really following him too closely. The Essendon and West Coast should be good matchups, but if you have a look, yeah, you can't see this, can you? I did all right on Richmond. Must be someone else I'm thinking of that's been scoring crap even against shit teams. Yeah, I don't know. Like, if you want to try and target the Essendon and West Coast matchup, like, fair enough. But just remember that there's a lot more after that to come, and it could be more of the same. Mass debate her. Richmond keep talking up how great Burton's running power is. Not a great scorer, but Richmond love a defensive runner who can cover the ground. So is he actually a midfielder or is he playing off half back or something? Because I haven't actually seen him play. I don't know anything about the guy. Yeah, you have to let me know. He's listed as a mid, but that doesn't mean jack shit when you haven't played before. Duck Pastel, up the Crom. Yeah, up the Crom. Good showdown, eh? In Cook we trust. Woohoo review. Is it sideways going from a 500k player who's going to 400 for a 500k going to 600? Who are you talking about? you talking about Callahan as one of them? Oh, so he's got Essendon and West Coast twice still. Mm, yeah, I guess, but there's a lot of games there where he could shit the bed again. He's already done it. Max Holmes a must-have with that role half back, a bit of midfield, plays the Pies. Saw what Roberts did 140 against Pies. Yeah, generally half-backs do pretty well against the Pies, but I wouldn't base it off what Roberts did because he's just got the sluttiest role ever. Max Holmes doesn't have. He's got the same role, but he doesn't. It's not as sweaty as what Roberts is doing. But yeah, I think Holmes will go big on Collingwood regardless. I don't think he's a must-have, but well, he's finally under 600k, so yeah, he's probably pretty close to it. Yeah, Callahan also has a few tag-free games coming up. Yeah, look, if you want to go there and your gut says go there, go for it. I just think it's risky. That's all. I have 5: Zach Bailey, Steele, Heaney, Whitfield, Clark. Who are your under 20% primos? Good question. I'm gonna have a look. Wouldn't be many, I think. McInerney 10%. Worrell 11%. Can see why. Merritt 14%. Ash 15. Cherry 15. Clark, if you consider him a primo, even though he scores like a rookie, 17%. That's all I've got. So yeah, the Clark and Worrell thing are killing me because they're quite low owned and they're both playing like toddlers. Darcy, Sam Cumming had 23 CBAs on the weekend. I'm bringing them both in, but I have some concerns over Sam still carrying an injured shoulder. Yeah, I heard about that. He's got some problem with his shoulder that he's done twice or something. Just keep popping out or something. I don't know. Yeah, I'm definitely I'm concerned as well over that pick. I don't know. Something doesn't feel right about it. Kind of feels like it's come from nowhere, and it might be a bit of fraud. I don't know. Can't put my finger on it. That's why I'm talking to you guys. You can all set me straight. Woohoo review. No, I'm saying I want a sideways trade Walsh to Callahan. Oh, okay. Oh, I wouldn't be doing that. I see a lot of people complaining about Walsh, right? And I don't think he's been that bad. Let me see. Feels like he's getting like at least a ton every week or thereabouts. So if you take out the 71 that he scored against the Saints, 121, 101, 118, 91, 102, 96, 114. I wouldn't be worried at all. Seriously. I think he'll bounce back. It's just he had a bad game for whatever reason. I didn't see it, but he's been pretty consistent. I wouldn't be doing it. When is Taranto back and how does that affect coming? Well, I didn't know Prestia was out, so I thought Taranto back in, it was probably Burton that'd make way, but it probably doesn't affect coming. It's not a good thing for Burton though when you think about it. Yes, I know that they've only got a few on the list that aren't injured, but if that's what it takes for him to get a game, like I don't know if he's going to keep scoring so well. He's probably not like the greatest player just yet. Round 12 bye players only have 3 games before their break. We want to target those players to actually trade in round 13 rather than getting them now. Yeah. Although I want to break that rule for Petrarca. But no, I totally agree. Callahan's still a kid. Yeah, he is. I think that McInerney is similar to Callahan. Like, I know McInerney's older, but something about the way they play reminds me of, yeah, they're kind of the same or very similar. I think McInerney's a bit underrated, but I don't know. Lucky. Yes, mate, been sub since last year's preseason. Oh yeah, last year's preseason vids. Love the analysis format. Already got Cumming and Pickett for Bruin and Farrow. Oh man, you got rid of Bruin. I'm not saying it's wrong, not at all. Like you can certainly do it, but for me, like while his fantasy is still good, um, I think he should be fine. It shows he's still got the role, and yeah, just burnt the ball. I got told he burnt the ball for a quarter on the weekend. I didn't see it, but yeah, like I can see the appeal because he's an easy stepping stone to one of those big boys. But I think I'm going to hold Bruin. But yeah, Farrow, that's a good one. Get rid of him. It's been shit. How do you say this name? Sitley, I think. Thoughts on Naz if I already have 4 primo defenders and I'm looking at Zorko next week and a potential Holmes if DPP. One of my defenders is Clark, though. Oh, you're looking at Zorko. That's an interesting one. I'd be steering clear of Zorko, but I've been saying that all year and he kind of just keeps scoring. But does it not scare you that he had that calf issue at his age? I was going to say 80, but he's what? He's like 37, I think. It's a bit scary, soft tissue injuries at 37. I owned him last year and he was really good at the start and he just gradually got worse and worse. And then you're realizing that you're dropping massive points to like Whitfields and Naz and players like that. It's not good. But yeah, go with your gut as always. Woohoo review. I'm realizing this is just me attempting to get confirmation for my shit decisions. If you were a Carlton supporter and you owned Walsh, other than topping yourself, what would you do? Oh God. I think we're all here for confirmation on our shit decisions. We can all be shit together, and I always say safety in numbers. Bit of a shit decision support group. There's actually an LDU mental health support group in Discord for owners, which I think is pretty funny. What would I do if I owned Walsh? I'd keep him. I understand as a Carlton supporter why you're probably pissed off, but I'd be keeping Walsh in Supercoach terms. He's been all right. Angeline Bruce, is that right? Just wanted to pop in and say just how much I love the podcast. Usually I'm in the car. Thanks for the live, mate. Congrats on the 1K. I have Holmes. Did you just say he was captain worthy? Oh, that's awesome. I love to hear that. Yeah, thanks. I also listen to the Supercoach stuff in the car. Like it's my work is about 45 minutes from my house. So I spend a lot of time in the car and I'm driving around during my work as well. And yeah, I like to listen to a lot. So it's cool to know that other people actually listen to mine in the same way, I guess. But Holmes, yeah, he could be captain worthy. I didn't say it, but yeah, no, I'll say it now. Like he could be. Let me have a look. Let me see. We'll talk about captains for a sec. Is there anyone that's obvious standing out? If Max Heath wasn't in the team, then Gorm would be the biggest one. Holmes isn't a bad shout at all. Does Clary go nuts on Essendon? I don't know. Bont probably destroys Port if he plays. It's going to be interesting. There's not that many obvious ones this week. Normally, I just rely on the ruck line, but yeah, you got Cherry and Grundy up against each other. This is just for my team, and then you've got Max Gawn is playing as Jason Dunstall now, so yeah, it's kind of hard. But yeah, Holmes is a good option, I reckon. Woohoo review. This is definitely therapy. Yeah, why do you think I got on here? So I was meant to work tonight, and had a client cancel. So I thought, well, that's a sign because I said I might do a little bit lost in Supercoach at the moment, to be honest. And yeah, thought we'll do the therapy session and we'll all get it off our chests and feel better about our shitty decisions, all ready to make more. Darcy, don't bring in Zorko at his age and already had soft tissue injuries this year. Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree. Magnus, Walsh and Rochelle are the biggest annoyances in my team. but don't know if I can trade them out until after their bye. Rochelle should do good this week. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't. And I haven't been his biggest advocate in Supercoach this year, as much as I do enjoy him as a player, being a Crom supporter. But yeah, I think he'll. I'm pretty sure he'll go well. Walsh, I can see why he's annoying, but seriously, like he's got nothing on guys like Jordan Clark, Worrell. There's a few others. You kind of what did Walsh cost at the start? Let me have a look. I don't think he's lost too much money, has he? He's lost 20K. You kind of just pay for what you get. Like, is it the worst thing in the world to have a guy that consistently gets like lowish tons? Maybe in the midfield, I don't know, but it doesn't seem like this year the midfield are going nuts and killing it like previous years. So who knows? But yeah, I don't own him, so it's probably hard for me to comment. Bont this week. Yep, if you can do it, I think get him. Just keep an eye on that knee though. Apparently he's not 100% and needs a rest, but yeah, they've got too many injuries. They kind of can't. He'll probably still tear up though, even on one leg like he did. I mean, if he scored well against, was it Hawthorn? Was it Hawthorn last week? Who did he play last week? See, I'm so out of the loop sometimes with this. No, sorry, it was Fremantle. So he still went big on Fremantle. He can definitely do it on Port. Port's midfield's got nothing on Fremantle. You would think. Will you review? You can pinpoint the moments I traded out Houston, Bruin, Sarong, McAndrew, list goes on. Yeah, we all feel like that, I think. I kept Sarong and he was great last week, and then this week he absolutely shit the bed. So yeah, he's on my naughty list right now. And I traded out McAndrew too. And he went and got himself a 90. Oh, it hurts sometimes, doesn't it? Angeline, I grabbed Callahan this week. Wait for track for what it's worth, and I'm going Ross too for the buy. I don't mind it. That's a pod play for sure. He's ranked 7th mid already. You shouldn't. I am for the pod. The thing is, if this is good, right? You're going for Ross. If everyone else is going for probably the same 6 or 7, how is anyone going to catch up? So I think, yeah, going for Ross is a good one, especially when they've got so many injuries. I think he's going to get a lot of time in that midfield. So, yeah, I don't mind it at all. I'm not really one to sit here and say, oh, that's wrong, that's wrong. You probably very rarely hear me say, don't do that. I don't want to be that kind of YouTuber because, this is only my first season of actually having a good rank. So I don't really feel like I'm qualified to be saying don't do something. Davo, so bringing in Sydney's William Edwards would be a better rookie buy than Burton. Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe. Probably in the last half an hour, I've kind of changed my mind on Burton a little bit, just from what people are saying. I don't think Edwards is really a scorer. It just comes down to his job security. Like, he'll score okay, but nothing crazy. All I'm thinking is it's between Edwards and Cumming, there's 50K. And then between Burton and Cumming, there's 70. So, yeah, it just opens up a lot of doors to have that extra money. We know the cheaper they are, the less they have to score to make money too. But yeah, obviously Cummings got the biggest scoring ability out of those three. Oh, hang on. Angeline, oops, forward for Ross. Hang on. Grab Callahan this week. I don't understand. I don't understand the oops forward for Ross bit. Oh, sorry. Yeah. 7th forward, you meant, not mid. Yep, got it. Henry, 160K forward, actually looked good up the field, not just kicking goals. Scored 88. Number 1 target next week as rookie targets. Slim pickings. Yes, they are. Oh, is that Liam Henry from? Is he at St Kilda? What's his job security like? I know it used to be good, but how come he's been missing for so long? Did he injure himself? Haven't really been following that one. I'm not a fan of these like 160k rookies though. Like it just feels like the higher the price, one, there's less options to upgrade, but two, the smallest thing goes wrong and it just stunts their cash gen for ages. Think of oh Philippou. What did he start at? About 150k, 160, something like that. Look how long it's taken him to actually get like to a tradable price. So yeah, I don't know. I prefer the real cheap ones, even though they're going to score a bit less. Magnus event, nice. My Supercoach Cup Oppo had bloody roses against my Marshall and won, even though I scored 23.39. Dude, that's rough. How do you score that and lose? That's weird. I saw someone in a comment maybe last night. They were saying that in their league, they've scored the most points in the league, but they're like second bottom head to head. It's just nuts how it works sometimes. So yeah, it's really unlucky. I don't think Roses will ever kick 7 again in his career. Sitley, so is Naz a pick up this week over Callahan, or do I bring in both and take Burton instead of coming and use a boost? How many boosts have you got? I guess like if you got a few, if you're down to your last one, I probably don't think it's worth it. But yeah, it's down to what you have specifically. But yeah, I think Naz is a fine pick up this week. It's all right. Over Callahan, I don't know. Do you think Callahan's going to kill it on the way home? Some people here seem to think he will. So again, it's down to you. Angeline and oh yeah, Ange is fine too, mate. Yeah, cool. Just going off the usernames here. I know that a lot of these usernames aren't your real names. The Ross came in as I'm 22k. You definitely shouldn't do it at 2% owned. Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I meant before about if you're chasing, which you would be at 22k, you've definitely you got to try and set your team apart somehow. So yeah, I don't mind it. I mean, I'm not going to be doing it in my position, I think, but yeah, if I was ranked lower, then it's not a bad one. Jonathan Connor McKenna thoughts. He's Irish. That's my thoughts. Not sure on that one. Not sure on his job security. I think he scored pretty badly on the weekend, didn't he? So if he's, let me see. Yeah, a 40. He got 2 goals, but he scored a 45 on Essendon. Like, if you can't score against Essendon, and this is going to piss off so many Essendon supporters, then like, who can you score against apart from maybe like West Coast and Richmond? So I don't really like the McKenna one. I think he'd be out of the team as soon as they can do it. It's not like he's at the first choice or close to it, is he? But I could be wrong. How much is he? Just going to check. Oh, he's only won 21k. Wait and see if he's named this week. If he's named again, then you probably can go there. It's actually one to look at and consider, I reckon. I'll be looking at it now. So that's my thoughts. There's not many, but yeah, I'll be keeping an eye on that one. Darcy, Liam Henry, my second cousin, has been injured a lot. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay, and not cool that he's been injured a lot. I thought that might be the case because I remember it being a bit of a big deal when he went to St Kilda. Yeah, right. Oh, there's another one to look at then. Magnus, imagine starting Gothard and Dersma. Couldn't be me. Oh, you didn't start them. Well, we all missed. Most of us missed those two. The Gothard one was a huge miss because he was so cheap. I don't know what happened with George and Gothard because he was such a big advocate for picking him, and then, as far as I can tell, he didn't end up picking him, but Eno did. I'm talking about FTTV. I love those guys, but yeah, whenever I think Gothard, I just think George because he was just pushing that one hard, and then he either had him and traded him, or he just never had him. So that's a weird one. But yeah, Gothard has done way better than expected, and Dersma, I guess, he was the high price, and We all got put off a bit because a lot of people said that as a junior, he was like a bit of an impact player, but he wasn't really an accumulator. So for the higher price, I guess people didn't really want to go there. But for those who did, man, they're being repaid 3 times over. Woohoo review, got a bail. Thanks for the yarn. Where do I send the bill? No bills, mate. It's all. Oh, you send the bill. You want me to pay you, hey? No, I'm not paying anyone. You'll get you get free videos. You can pay me. Nah. 28 people still online. Interesting. Been going just over an hour. Surely can't see it getting to 4.5 hours like last time. It's gonna take the opportunity. I'm at the bottom of the comments, so I'll just have a quick drink break. Just hold on. What's it called? The old ASMR or whatever it is. I don't know. But the goat of that is bloody Hippo. The guy doesn't stop drinking in his videos. It's hilarious. Not alcohol, obviously, but yeah, I swear he does it on purpose because people love the sound or something. At least that's what the comments say. And yeah, big fan of Hippo. Love watching his videos. Max, thoughts on Newcomb? Oh, this come up in the last live. So I didn't have any thoughts on Newcomb. He wasn't even on my radar really. And after it was pointed out to me, he is squarely on my radar. I think he went good again this week, didn't he? Just gonna check. 560k, so he's still fairly cheap. So another 105. So 6 tons out of 8. He's got a bit of a lack of ceiling for a midfielder, but that's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. The pick reminds me of Clary. They're pretty similar scoring this year. Yeah, I think you can do a lot worse for sure. Someone has to get the points at Hawthorn. Darcy, Jai, great pod. Yeah, Newcomb for sure. Yeah, I'm definitely looking at him. Yeah, you're right. Would be a good pod. Now I know I said before about if you're a fair way back, you got to be looking for like a way to get up and chase. But I'm in the same position. Like I said, I'm just under 500 points away from first. I need to find a way to catch those guys. That the team that's been first, he's been there I think like 3 weeks now. He's got a killer team, and yeah, I got to find out a way to try and I don't know get an advantage on that. It's going to be hard. So we're all kind of in the same position. It's just like a matter of how much. Scared of the Melbourne tag for Newcomb. Who would tag though? Is it Tholstrup? Because isn't he taking like kick-ins and stuff now? I wouldn't be too worried about Melbourne. Or is it Windsor maybe? I don't know. No, it wouldn't be Windsor, would it? I'm thinking of someone else. Magnus, he underscored. They scaled him down like 10. Yeah, well, that doesn't surprise me. Good old criminal data. I'm sure what did they do? They go and give the points to like some random defender that had a bunch of non-contested bullshit handballs or something. Just looking at the stats. Wait, are you not talking about Newcomb maybe? It says scale down -2. Yeah, I don't know. Mate, great. Hey, back to my rookie downgrade. If I go Burton over Cumming, means I can sell Jakes instead of Dersman. Do you think that is better? Felt bad fading Cumming. So Burton instead of Cumming. Oh, 100%. Yeah, keep Dersma. Piss Jakes off. I reckon for sure. Yeah, do that. Max, get Wilkie. He finally dropped a shitty score this week. I have thought about it, about getting him, but it's hard. I feel like the um, D1 to 6 is pretty clear cut at the moment, so maybe not. I think what I want to do there is because it is kind of clear cut. That's probably where I'm not going to go a pod. The pod will be on one of the weaker lines. Makes sense. Sitley, it's been a pattern for a while that Hawks just share the points. Will be worse when Will Day comes back. Yeah, it will be until inevitably 2 weeks later he busts his ankle or something again. So I'm sure it won't affect too long. Magnus, it would be Jack Steele, but he would just do a defensive job. Yeah, he's not going to hard tag. I mean, he'll tackle all day and stuff, but yeah, defensive job, like I wouldn't worry. I think it's all right. Newcomb wins enough of his own ball. It's not like a Naz where he needs him to keep feeding it to him or whatever. Max at Sparrow. I think he could deal with Sparrow pretty well. Sparrow's like an outside runner, isn't he? Like on the contest on the inside, which is where Newcomb does his work, I don't think Sparrow's going to trouble him too much, unless I'm thinking of someone else. Davo, damn, I thought we were going to try for a new Wiz record, 5 hours. Yeah, never say never, but there's a lot less people in this live than there was last week, so I don't know if the comments and that will keep going that long. I got work early in the morning. Sir Slim, nice name. 1386, hope that's not your birth year. Be remarkable if it is. Thoughts on forward pods, Sparrow, Durham, and Yo. The Yo one's okay, but then there's always the fact that he's going to get injured at some point. Been a lot of talk about Yo this week. I don't know why. What did he like get a monster score or something? Let me have a look. I can't work that out, or if people are joking. I saw he got angry at a reporter or some shit as well. 104. Why are people talking about Yo so much? Yeah, weird. I guess, yeah, I don't know. Like, what are you basing those pods off of, though? I think that's the thing to remember. You probably, there's no point going for pods for the sake of them being pods. Like, how close are those guys going to be to the top 6 kind of forwards? So, yeah, let me know. Max, Sparrow did the job on Heaney, but went 130. I love watching Heaney, my pod. Heaney and Newcomb are completely different players, though. Yeah, that hurts with Heaney going so well. I was so like hot on that pick all preseason, and then started him, and he kind of was averaging that first round, and then got injured, and I got rid of him because I didn't want a player that was like 30 and dealing with hamstring shit. So yeah, I got merit for him, but it sucks watching him now. Yeah, you're lucky. He's a good pod. Try and get him back, but I don't know if I can. Sparrow can tag a bit for Melbourne. Remember, he shut Max Holmes down, and he had a sook in the after-game interview. Actually gets possessions himself now, though. Yeah, it's funny. Sometimes taggers, it's like they're led to the ball. I know in the past, like when I've been coaching some of the younger guys, this is obviously not AFL level or anything, but sometimes you tell them, like, we'll do match sim and stuff, and they'll say they're struggling to get the ball and not getting good positions, and I'll say, there's a star player or whatever, star mid. I said, just go tag them, and they'll lead you to the right positions, and subconsciously you'll pick up on it and where to be. You'll get the ball. So I guess it's kind of like that. Like Sparrow's probably getting led to the ball by these Heenies and whoever. It's going to start getting possessions. Some taggers are like that. As much as I don't like him, Kane Corns was like that. Magnus, on footy scores, he was 111, but then went down to 105. Same with Butters, he got scaled down when all the games had finished. Yeah, but I thought Butters went up. Wasn't he like a 113, and then it was like hours and hours later, he went up to 117 or something? Yeah, I don't know. But footy scores is currently showing Newcomb as a -2. I guess Yeah, okay. He must have been on, like, positive or something in that case, and they've just minused him for some weird reason. Who knows what they do and how they do it and why. Holmes is a very different player to Newcomb. Yeah, exactly. Newcomb, that's what I was saying. So Holmes is more of that, like, he's a runner. I know he's decent on the inside, but Newcomb's like a contested beast, like, Oliver and Tom Green, Matt Rao, that kind of operator. Yo is arse, sorry. Yeah, what's with all the talk about Yo? Like, wasn't he the big dog in 2024 that everyone was bringing in at the start of the year? Because he was good. He made money, but he ended up injured. Why is everybody talking about Yo this week? He's not arse. He's still a good player, but not in Supercoach. I don't think he's that good. Not anymore. Sir Slim, mid-time is up. Oh, for Sparrow and Durham and Yo. Yeah. Yeah, go with your gut. If you've done the research, I mean, I can't comment. I haven't looked into those players, but if you've done the research and um, you think you know something that everyone else doesn't, just how I heard it described in the preseason, then yeah, go for it. Max, the reason I picked Heaney is because he can't be tagged or can't get tagged. Normally, he's not. So I wrote a lot about this in the Swordplay season guide in the tagging section. Normally, Heaney's not tagged when Goulden's there. They always elect to tag Goulden first, but when Goulden's not there, and this is partly why um, I traded him out, is because without Goulden, he becomes the top tag target. I know it's hard to tag him because he'll just go forward and kick goals, but yeah, he can get tagged, that's for sure. Masturbate her. I'm just going to call you Mass. Heaney is the second best player in the comp behind the Bont. The difference between Heaney and Dacos kicking, hitting targets is night and day. Yeah, I agree with that. Dacos has been a butcher this season. I don't have Dacos in the top 3 players in the comp. I think the Bont is number 1, and I don't mind Heaney at number 2. I wouldn't disagree. I think Butters is better than Dacos. It's all subjective, really. I mean, if we go by all positions, Gorn is probably better than Dacos as well, because as far as I'm concerned, Gorn's the best ruck of this century, and he's still the best ruck in the AFL. He's just not being played in the ruck. It's not, yeah. I think midfielders, as good as they are, there's others who are just as good in their position. So Slim, risky move, pod points to catch up or fall further behind. Yep, fair enough. It's just like the Jack Rossling from before. Fully understand. Max, yeah, but Heaney can go forward and kick 5 or have 30 disposals. Gun. Yeah, 100%. Especially, yeah, when he's tagged, like I said, he can just drag him forward and kick goals. Magnus, what has happened to Noah Anderson? I know he got injured, but he's the captain of the club. It's what we're all kind of wondering. Was talking to DR about this, and both of us reckon that with those easier teams, he was kind of taking a back seat, it looked like, and just directing traffic rather than, actually trying real hard. But now it's becoming a bit odd because Gold Coast have fallen off a bit and he's still not doing anything. So I don't know. Didn't he have like a hand injury or something? Surely that's not it. What's the injury you're talking about there? Max, is it crazy that I think on their day Heaney is better than Bomp with what he can do? Oh, it's not crazy. I mean, Bont can do the same shit though. Like if you played Bont forward, he could pretty easily score as much as Heaney does. Like they're both really good forwards. Luis, thoughts on Bailey Dale? Yeah, I had a look at this today. It's the same reason why I've never gotten him before. He still can have disgusting like 40s and 50s even when he's going well. He needs tons of ball to score well. I don't trust him. You hear like I just think back to last year. I think it was guys like DR and that, and I think was it last year or the year before, and they'd be saying like, they picked up Dale because he was cheaper. And then you're kind of losing out on points as the year goes on to these guys that are just getting like consistent low tons, because Dale's just got such a variance in his scoring. So that's what always kind of echoes in my head. I can't remember if it was DR or who it was, but there's definitely a few podcasters, that's for sure. Love Bont though, one of my favourite players. Yeah, me too. I always say Gawn's my favourite player outside the Crom, but Bont has got to be up there, not far behind. Nando had surgery to get appendix removed. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I suppose that wouldn't be helping, but, he was shit before that too, so who knows? Ando missed a week in round 6. Yeah, it's a mystery with him. Darcy, Bailey Dale difference is night and day between home and away game. Right, and so theoretically every second game or thereabouts is an away game, so I don't see how people can really pick him with confidence, because he's away from Marvel, I think it is. He's not very good. Well, they don't play there every week, so could be worse. You could have Jordan Clark, I guess. Clark is better than Dale. I don't know about that. Oh, I mean, he has been so far. Yeah, he probably is. He doesn't. Usually his floor scores aren't as low as Dale. I'll give you that. But try owning Clark and listen to some kind of praise for him. I suppose it's kind of setting the bar low. Max, Wiz, I feel like your team is missing a big pod. If you agree, who would you get? I kind of subscribe to the whole theory that your 23 combination as a whole is the pod. I've got some like poddish players, I guess, in like Worrell, and he's what 11%, McInerney 10%, but neither of them are really lighting the world on fire. So, who would I get? I don't know. Like I said, I don't want a pod for the sake of it. Like, you want to try and find an angle. So there's got to be a line where you don't think it's clear cut. And you can kind of, I think if I was going to go anywhere, if I was going to look for a pod, I'd probably get rid of Flanders early and get someone else to go against Flanders, because that's an advantage on most teams. He's in 60%. So it's probably more what I'd be doing. As for who that is, I don't know. Mass. Another stupid thing in the fixture is Hawthorn play Melbourne May 16th and June 29th. Yeah, stupid. I can't believe how many times they've got teams playing each other like close together twice. What was that? My foot hit something. I dropped a heap of stuff on the ground. Sorry. Yeah, no, the fixturing's absolutely ridiculous in the AFL, among most things. I try to keep away from ranting too much on here, but sometimes it's unavoidable. But I'll try and avoid it tonight. Probably done a bit too much of that in my videos lately, I think. Max, I see all your stuff in the back. Looks sick. Do you watch the WWE though? No, I don't. I've never been into wrestling in my whole life, which is a bit weird for a 90s kid, because most are. I remember growing up, a lot of kids had all the figurines and stuff, but no, I don't watch WWE. I could never, even as a kid, like I could never get past just how fake it was. So, nah, never really got into it. But yeah, no WWE in this room. It's that's all Lego behind me, or Lego as you Eastern State people call it. John Stevens, Track or Cozzy? If we're going this week, Cozzy. He's got the easier matchup, should go big. What's Track's break even? Let me have a look. I still think regardless, Cozzy. But I'm just saying if Petrarca, 91 break even. He's going to get away from us, isn't he? What's his run like? Oh, shit. His next 3 should go really well in. St Kilda, Port North. Oh, man, he could be 600k soon. I started him too and obviously traded him out when he did the hamstring. Michael Todd, hey Wiz, what are your trades this week, mate? I don't actually know yet. I went through some of the potential ones last night in my review video. I was thinking of maybe going Gorn down to Cumming in the flex spot and then getting in Whitfield and Holmes, but I don't know. It feels a bit sidewaysy. I don't know. The others are a bit harder because we'd probably have to go down to Burt and have enough money to upgrade to someone I really want. I've only got like 13k in the bank, so it makes it a bit hard. But I'd be eyeing off probably like a Whitfield or a Nas, I reckon. Maybe Petrarca if I can get there. Kind of feels like I'm neglecting the midfield a bit at the moment, but yeah, there's no one really like I'm too interested in. So for guys like Baz, but they're bloody expensive. Holmes maybe, I don't know. He's under 600k, so not a bad time. I'll try and do a trade video. It'll most likely though be on the Friday because Thursday nights is too hard for me with footy. Mate, the great captain Gorn or Pickett? I wouldn't captain Gorn. I think he'll do well even if he's forward, but don't expect like a Gorn versus West Coast like a 180 or something. I think Pickett will probably go like he could go 140, 150. Yeah, it's going to be a hard week for captains, isn't it? There's not too many like obvious ones. Max, I feel like Track is going to get tagged big time. I hope so. I want him to come down in price because I need to get him. I'm leaking points to those top teams. They've all got him. Mass. Lego. How do you get Lego? Well, in this state, people say Lego. I don't know. There was even a shop called Lego, exactly as you spelt it there. Maybe it's just an SA thing. I don't know what WA and that say, but yeah, I know the Eastern states say Lego. Don't worry, I've copped a lot of shit over it when I've mentioned it in these videos or when I've appeared with DR, things like that. I'm used to it. It's fine. I don't give a shit. I find it weird that you guys have a different name for Fritz and stuff, and then WA's got another one. So yeah, I think we end up talking about Australian accents in the last live. It definitely distinct accents and stuff in each state. Max, I feel like Jack Ross and Connor McDonald can average 105. Is that enough? Yeah, it would definitely be enough, but I don't think they can average 105. I think it's a bit high. It would, it would be enough. Let's have a look. What have we currently got in the forward line? What are they averaging? Let me look. Yeah, so 105 would put them as the 4th highest average. So I think it's definitely enough. Like Bolton's currently averaging 104 and he's in 4th. But if you think they can, go for it. I just personally don't think that's what they'd be able to do. Michael, best rookie defender to get this week. I think the only one would be Edwards, right? The Sydney guy. I don't know. I guess if you class Buslinger as a rookie, but what is he, like 210K or something? I don't know if I'd class him as quite a rookie. I know he's going to be popular. I think he already is. I'll check the trade-ins. Yeah, third most traded in, not in my team. 9% of trades. 215K, geez. You want to be sure. So it seems everyone is kind of doing what a lot of people have talked about in this chat. The most traded in are Cumming, Burton, Buslinger, Petrarca, and Callahan. But that's just the ones not in my team. But yeah. Timothy Henderson, hey brother, what's your thoughts on Rowan Marshall? Turned up in the last three and under 500K. Yeah, I was looking at that today. I haven't seen him play in a couple of weeks. I haven't watched any St Kilda games, unfortunately. But yeah, I did notice that today. So I know he's still playing with TDK. So that's a good sign that he's managing to make it work. But he got 3 goals on the weekend. Like, I know for a ruckman he's a good forward, but is he going to do that a lot? I don't know. He's had a pretty light run too. Crom, West Coast, Carlton. Because like before that, it was all 40s, wasn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I think there's probably better options. But yeah, that's one of those kind of plays where it'd be a huge pod. If he goes nuts, you could start climbing the ranks pretty quick, I think. Like, imagine if you had Marshall instead of Flanders. I don't know. Max, got to go, mate. Thanks for the live. Yeah, thanks for joining in and all the comments. It was good chatting. Hopefully you have a good round and join into the next live. Genuine 1000. Did I say that right? Hey Wiz, how are you? I'm good, thanks. What do you think of Jackson VC against Hawks in Perth? Oh, up against the 2 rucks. Jackson's only had like the one really big kind of score, hasn't he, this year? Was it the last one? I'm going to check. I think he's been doing like consistent 120s, hasn't he? Why is this not working? Hang on. Oh, Supercoach just shit itself. Maybe it's just like my defense. Why is Supercoach being so slow? Is it just me or is it happening to everyone else? I'm just trying to check Jackson's scores. I'm not asking for the world here. Oh, he's done 3 140s. Yeah, you probably could. It's going to be a tough ask though. Like, they've got the Hawks go the double ruck. It's Reeves and Meek. So yeah, just be careful with that one. I think you can VC him for sure. Where was I up to? Oh, so Sheldon, Rowan Marshall, 400K 3 weeks ago. Now 455 forward, averaging 115 last 3 weeks for the Conningham team. Yeah, he can do that. I don't know. I want to see something change. Like, why has this started happening? Like, I know he's doing it with DeConning. It's good, but it's not like anything significant has really changed, has it? Oh, hang on. DeConning hurt his back 3 weeks ago, though. Was still named to play the next week. Held off trading him in due to dual rucks. Hard to trust that. Yeah, exactly. He could just as easily go back to like 40s. So unless we can pinpoint why it changed, which I will look into, because I like doing that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't think you can confidently go there though, unless you know why he suddenly started scoring the hundreds. Liam, yes, feel like we've missed the points on Roma if we didn't have it already. The run was good and not anymore. Yeah, see, like I said, it was 3 pretty easy games in a row. Yeah, same thing though. Like, if we can find out what's changed, it might not be just the easier run with those three teams. Yeah, if we can find out what it is, and I always say this in those preseason research videos. We can find out what it is. We can kind of determine, like, is it likely to continue or not? But I'm not confident without knowing what it even is. Michael Todd, is it worth bringing in Cherry or keep McAndrew with Richmond? I think either one's fine. I still think McAndrew could get rested this week, but who knows? I kind of said that a few weeks ago. I think it's less likely now, but I wouldn't be surprised. You're gonna have to get Cherry at some point now, I think. So, if you can wait a week, maybe do it. But I don't think McAndrew will go that out of control on Richmond. Like, Cherry will probably still outscore him this week, and he's against Grundy. So I don't know. It's up to you. But keep in mind, yeah, you will need to get Cherry at some point, I think. Mass, I'm trading Blamires and Grill to Ash and Burton. I looked at Cook and Grill to Petrarca and Burton, but Petrarca has the bye soon, and Cook is playing Richmond and is still cooking. Man, Cook is cooking out of control. Loving that kid at the moment. Well, he's not even a kid anymore, is he? He's like early 20s, but yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, I think Blamires and Grill is the better option. I know about Ash. That midfield role was a bit scary. Does all right in there, but it's not like he's scoring worse than when he was in defence recently, but I can't see them continuing with it for too long. Oh, Petrarca's a good in too, I guess. But yeah, no, you don't want to get rid of Cook. So yeah, Blamires and Grill, they're the ones. Don't mind that at all. Well, it's 9 o'clock already. Been going nearly 2 hours. I didn't realise. It goes so quick. It's just really, it feels like, I don't know, just being in a chat. It doesn't feel like I'm making a video or anything. Can see the viewer numbers are getting a bit lower, so probably call it soon, I think. Unless oh, here we go. Mass, what's your Supercoach Cup rank? My rank? I don't even know if there is one. What do you mean by rank? Is there ranks for it? I won this week. Where can I see the rank? I don't know what you're saying. I don't really pay attention to Supercoach Cup, but oh, here we go. I can see it. 15,916. Yeah, not that great, is it? I only won by 20 points against my opponent who was ranked 52,000. Oh, sorry, 70. Wait, yeah. No, 75,000. So I was ranked 29,000. Now I'm ranked 15,000. I don't know how they do ranks. Is that just based on like what you score, or is it like how many people are left in the comp? I don't know. I don't really, as I said, I don't really pay too much attention to the Supercoach Cup. I think I missed like the first 2 weeks of it anyway. Jez, I've been good with my rookies and trades this year. Worst sideways trading Sarong to Clayton Oliver. Yeah, if you can do it, you've still got plenty of trades and stuff. You've been good with your rookies, as you say, then, if your gut feels that Sarong's going to continue to shit the bed, then yeah, I think Oliver's pretty good. He's been real consistent. So I don't mind that. It always comes down to like personal circumstance, I think, with your team. I've said before, there's no hard and fast rules in Supercoach. I don't believe in it. Michael Todd, do we go Cumming or Burton? Need to field one of them. Well, if you're going to go for one to field, it's got to be Cumming. But no, I wouldn't trust Burton on the field. So that's a pretty simple one. Just depends who you're trying to upgrade to, I guess. If you're not, then it doesn't matter. It's just that like 70k difference for me. That's the thing I can't get past. Can anyone kind of see what I've been saying this since the start of the year, about how I kind of see the Supercoach season as split in thirds. So you get like these guys that do really well for the first period, like the first kind of third of the year, and then they start to phase out, and you'll get a new lot come in. I feel like that's definitely what's happening right now. The guys that were working at the start, they're falling off, and there's a new lot coming through, and they'll inevitably fall off as well, and it'll be a new lot, or it'll return to the original ones. It's really frustrating when you can see that because there's not much you can do about it. Is anyone else kind of finding that? Jazz Cumming or Burton if you had to pick one? It depends what you're trying to do. If you're trying to upgrade, you need the extra cash. Burton, obviously, if you have to field one of them, as I just said, then you got to go Cumming for sure. Mass, are you in cash leagues or leagues with mates? Leagues with other content creators? I'm not in any cash leagues. I'm in one cash league for fantasy with mates. I'm in one league in Supercoach with mates, and then I think I'm in a few with content creators. Let me have a look. Not really. I'm in the Supercoach Hub Community League. These are like the open leagues. FTTV, that's like the open league though. It's not one of their numbered ones. Podmasters versus Public, Supercoach Edge Open League, the Swordplay Open League, Mailbag League, and then footyscores.net. I'm doing all right in them, but I don't pay too much attention. I'm like top 2 in most of them. So yeah, I probably should have been doing a cash league this year. It was a bit of a missed opportunity, I guess. Could be taking some money off my mates. Supercoach missing links, is that right? Definitely see that, mate. That's why we love your channel, The Insight. I don't know about the insight, it's just ramblings, really. What's going on here? Michael, yes, Bailey Smith the last 2 weeks has been average. Yeah, so there's another one. Starts like a house on fire, starts to trail off. I wish I could make the same excuse for like Worrell and Clark, but they've kind of been shitty for a little while now. Sheldon, I'm dropped 4k this week overall, ranked to 9k with a score of 2082. Ooh, it's not great. The I1 Supercoach Cup Oppo had 1926. That's lucky. Now Supercoach Cup rank is 3k, and I have a bye this week in Cup. So I don't understand how the ranks work. How does the ranks work in a Cup format? Am I missing something really obvious? Yeah, let me know because I don't understand it. Liam, hey Wiz, I'm going to head off if you are soon. Been listening in from the road, so couldn't comment much. No, good. Cheers for listening. Yeah, I don't think I'll be going too much longer. The numbers are definitely dropping off. Comments are dropping off. So yeah, I got to go to bed soon anyway. Got a big day tomorrow. But yeah, thanks again for listening. I love hearing that people listen on the road. It's the same way I listen. Clayton, Dusty was the second half of the season guy in Supercoach. Seemed to pick him up for cheap mid-season every year. Howdy Wiz, by the way. Howdy Clayton. Yeah, Merritt used to be the same way. I remember every year it was like you just wait till the bye, then you get Merritt and he'll go nuts second half of the year. He kind of broke that the last couple of years, but yeah, it's funny how you get players that way. I think Dunkley has been like that for quite a few years as well. Can't see it being the same this year, but who knows? Sheldon, definitely new waiver teams scoring better at the moment. Change from starting teams from round 1 due to injuries and trades. Yeah, 100%. And I think that's why, like, in terms of my own rank, I haven't been scoring that great the last couple of weeks. Just like, yeah, still above. It would have to be above par, but nothing crazy. But it's because it's these new teams that were probably further back. They haven't really caught up to like those top teams from the start yet. But I think we're going to start to see a fair bit of shifting in the ranks because of that. And then yeah, it's going to be a free for all from there. But I'm definitely surprised that I'm still at 130. And what are we 8 rounds in? It's yeah, definitely a shock. I thought I'd have dropped way out by now. Liam, keep positive though. You're still higher ranked than everyone here and in good shape. Yeah, true, but it's probably on a bit of a downward trend. I need to make something happen, I think, or just get very patient. Michael, and Bolton has stepped up. Do you mean stepped up? Yeah, Bolton. We don't talk about him around here. He's a no-no after last year. Mass. Walsh 71, still 72, Clark 85. Plus all the dud rookie scores hurt this week. Yeah, so I guess it's the same kind of problem as what I'm having. You get these scores that they're not like horrendous for primos. And then you get the kind of the rookies that aren't scoring quite as well. But there's none of those ceiling scores at the moment that they'll even it out like they were in the earlier rounds. You kind of got like your Dacos and all those popular picks. They're not scoring that much, like not for them anyway. Sheldon, I think the rank for the week in Supercoach Cup must be determined by the amount you beat opponent by. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that would, because I only won by 20 points, so that would definitely explain why I've got a shitty rank there. Mass, my team is ranked 1,015. That's good. Looks good on paper, but it's scoring blank average at the moment. I think we're all kind of like that at the moment. And to be honest, there's not, from what I can tell, there's not a lot of points between me and you. I think it's all about to change big time, and it's kind of scary, but it's okay. So yeah, there's teams coming for us, I tell you. Aimable James, another cool name. Evening Wiz, if Bont is rested this week, would you consider double downgrading to save some cash for next week? Buslinger looks like a decent option. Also, who would you pick? Cummings, Barton, or Jones? Oh, Burton. Oh, you mean Artie Jones? He was the last week thing. I wouldn't be going late on Jones because I don't think he's got the scoring power. It's not like a Farrow, how we thought he might be like a good scorer and you could go a week late. So I think it's got to be Cumming or Burton. You got me saying Barton now. Yeah, Cumming or Burton. You could go the double downgrade for sure. If you think there's going to be no rookies for next week, then yeah, it's not going to hurt. I think there's too much put into this. A lot of people talk about upgrade cadence in this part of the year. I don't think it really matters. Like everyone says, you have to be upgrading every week. You don't want to kill that momentum. It's like, well, why? Like, what's the difference, really? If you go a double downgrade this week, so you can go a double upgrade next week, who gives a shit? It's the same outcome, isn't it? So, you know, as I said, there's no hard and fast rules in Supercoach. They're kind of there to be broken, aren't they? But I don't know why that one gets bandied around so much. Matt Pearson, do you think poor rookie selections of these upper ranks will end up hurting them soon? What do you mean by the poor rookie selections? Let's go have a look. I'm going to have a look at the top ranked team because, as I said, he's been there like 3 weeks. So he's clearly, so his name's Lachlan, upper class twits. Scored a 2308 this week, so he's still doing well. His team value is nearly 13 million. And he's he's like 118 points clear of the next person. So let's see what rookies. So he's got Grill, Perez, Farrow, Lindsay. So they're all decent. Oh, Perez, I guess, is not that great. Blamires, he's still playing. Anderson, he's got is it Sherry or Cherry from Fremantle? So that's one that's kind of dead. Rechko, Murdoch. So there's not that many rookies in this team. Marshall, Philippou, Cook, Steen, Jones. Yeah, that's it. So these rookies are all right. I can't obviously say about the other top teams, but yeah, I think his is fine. He's got good cash gen and stuff. It's definitely the team we've all got to try and beat, that's for sure, because he's going to be up there a while with that bloody big head start. Where was I up to? But yeah, if they do make poor rookie selections from here, then yeah, that will hurt them later on. Clayton, apparently some guy ranked 48 overall before round 8 got knocked out of Supercoach Cup. I'm not surprised. It goes back to that thing I said before, how there's that person that they said that they were ranked first for total points in their league, yet they were like second bottom on the ladder. So I think they'd not won a single head to head. So yeah, weird shit happens. I'll get knocked out probably this week. I don't know. Yeah, I think we're seeing a big shift now. Sheldon, only takes a few good weeks, Wiz, and you're in the top 10. I've been in the top 10 more than once. Second overall was my best. That's heaps good. That's unreal. Did you win anything for that? Surely, like, more than a pair of socks. They should give you cash or something. So close yet so far. How many points off the top were you? That must hurt. But that's so good. Like, that's eternal bragging rights to come second in a game like this. Just keep chugging away. You can do it. Yeah, cheers. I'm definitely going to keep chugging away as best I can. But second overall is absolutely nuts. How have you ranked in other years? Like, was it kind of like, you got your second rank, but then it's been average either side of that, or was it you've always kind of been up there? You're the one that we should be asking advice for. I don't know why you guys are asking me. Davo, hey Wiz. Hey Davo. Love your work in these live streams of yours. A great company and intel for me as I live off the grid in a national park in New South Wales. That's awesome. So I'm really disconnected from the AFL scene. Thanks, champion. No, thanks for joining in and being part of the conversation. I don't want it to feel like these lives, it's just me rambling like the normal videos. Definitely the reason I love doing it is because I just get to basically have a conversation with you guys. But yeah, that's cool that you live in a national park and stuff. That must be really good. I know a lot of people with the state of the world at the moment, they're wishing that they lived off grid in a national park. So you probably live in the dream. Mate the Great, his midfield is sick. Yeah, it is. He's got Baz and Holmes, and yeah, I think that's the major. Like, if I compare my team to his, that's the major difference. Plus, his defenders are better. Like, he's got Roberts, Naz, Sinclair, Ash. So it's similar to mine with Sinclair and Ash. But instead of having Worrell and Clark, he's got Roberts and Naz. So there you go. Plus the extra primo in the mid, which is Baz, I guess, or Holmes. One less in the forward line, though. So, yeah, I don't know. It evens out. But, yeah, clearly his team's just... Wow, still got over 20 people watching. Thought it would start to peter out by now. I don't mind staying in that, but yeah, seems like the comments are getting a bit slower. We've been on for just over 2 hours, so we've probably discussed a lot. People probably don't have too many more questions, I'd say. Mass, never been on Twitter myself, but how bullshit is it the DR got hacked? Twitter won't give his account back. That's something the AFL would do. Yeah, that is bullshit. Complete bullshit. And it couldn't have happened to a nicer person, which is probably the biggest problem. Literally the GOAT. But yeah, something the AFL would do. Oh, the AFL, their evil knows no bounds. They are corrupt as they come. So yeah, that is something they would do and more, but I don't see why they'd do it to DR though. Clayton, the top 4 teams overall have a tripod of Cherry, Grundy, Gawn, or Jackson. Yeah, which is interesting. So I noticed that quite a few of them, not that I keep tabs on them to try and, you know, I don't do anything. I don't make trades and stuff based on what they're doing at all. I don't pay any attention to that. But sometimes I look at their teams just out of curiosity, and I did notice some people were telling me that when I bought in Cherry this week, it was a bad idea. Shouldn't be doing that and stuff. But then I noticed that a lot of the top teams did the same, and that's not why I did it at all. Because I saw that after the fact because you can't see what people have done until after the round. But yeah, they did it too. So for me, that was a bit of a confidence boost that I made the right choice. As I said before, all the rules and stuff in Supercoach, they're made to be broken. Don't pay too much attention. The people, and like I'm guilty of this myself, but most of the people that you'll see on YouTube that talk about the rules of Supercoach and stuff, they quite often get shitty ranks too. So I've learned to just, take them with a grain of salt. The whole rules thing, because it's I'm sure the people that win don't play by the rules. Matt, would you field Pooh or Artie Jones this week? Let me look at the matchups just quickly. But off the top of my head, I'd say the Pooh. He's got Gold Coast. Jones has got Port. Yeah, I'd go the Pooh, I think. Do you have any idea on what mids you plan to get in? I do. I do actually. I've got a bit of a list. Let me see. I think I want Rao at some stage, although I've called on him a bit because of the injury. The one I definitely want is Baz because he's just out of control. I want Holmes as well, but I think he will get the DPP and he'll end up as a defender for me. Outside of that, it's probably the year that the midfield's been the least clear cut. It's almost worth just going like a Clary or someone really consistent, I think. But that's kind of why I'm trying to upgrade forward line and defense first because I think they're a bit more clear cut on who's where. So yeah, we'll see. I'm kind of keen on Newcomb as well. I don't know. I was keen on Callahan for a while, not long, but yeah, probably McCluggage. I think McCluggage will be the next mid in for me if it's this week or next week. I don't know. But yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. Michael, where else can we find you? Insta, Facebook. I'm just on Twitter or X, whatever it's called now, and YouTube. That's it. Yeah, I'm not the most tech savvy guy, so it's literally the only places I am. And I wasn't even on X. I had no interest. I'd never used it before, but DR put me onto it and kind of said like, if you want to get out there, that's where the whole Supercoach community kind of hangs out. So it was a bit of a shock, but I thought, oh, I'll get on there then. Sheldon, I had one good year, been playing for 20 years. Make the most of it. I didn't finish second overall for the year, though was ranked second overall throughout the year. Fell away over the last month. Oh, that's still insane though. Like to be second overall at any stage, it means you really know what you're doing. I can only dream of getting that high. Jesus, that's big boy stuff there in the top 10. So yeah, you should have your own channel. You should be telling me what to do. What year was that you got that high? So I'll be interested to hear more about that for sure. Mass, I started Cherry and traded him out after the smearing incident. Yeah, me too. I've gone Grundy and Dogger, so Kanga's games are a hard watch. Any teams you don't want to watch because of certain players you don't own. Yeah, Geelong. Hate watching Baz just rack up points. And also Sydney, because as I said earlier, starting Heaney and then trading him out when Goulden got injured and Heaney got injured. Watching him come back and go crazy has been hard. So yeah, Sydney and Sydney and Geelong. Probably St Kilda too. Just because I feel like Nas gets overscored a lot of the time. And it's hard to watch when like the whole team's just trying to force feed him the ball. Sheldon, sorry to disappoint. No, not at all. No, geez, like as I said, second overall at any time is crazy. 2016. Yeah, I was playing in 2016 as well. I don't remember anything about the year really, like in terms of Supercoach, but I wasn't very good back then. Clearly, you were. I didn't start taking it seriously at all. I just used to play with mates, kind of thing, and pick whoever, just players I liked and shit. And then um, I didn't start actually taking it seriously until about I don't know 2022 or three, something like that. But yeah, I remember the good old days of like Michael Barlow in like 2010, things like that. That was good fun. Matt Pearson, if I have Holmes already, should I keep defense at 5 primos only in anticipation of his DPP? Who are your 5 primos? So I was thinking the same for me, but because I've got Clark and Worrell, and I reckon one of them eventually will have to go. I don't know if you're in the same position, like with many trades left or anything, but I think I'll have the luxury of being able to do that later. So, I mean, I'd still get Holmes. I think, like, even if he's got to sit in my midfield, I think he's, I think he's that good that he'll still be top 8 to 10 mid anyway. So, you probably could do it. It just depends who your 5 primos are. So, yeah, let me know who they are, and I'll give you an answer from there. Mate, I had Heaney in my team round 4 at 580-ish. Went with Cherry instead. The mistakes we make. Oh, that's gotta hurt. But who could have seen Bloodgate coming? Like, I didn't. I know Cherry's a hothead, but geez, that was just next level stupidity. Sheldon Barlow. Yeah, Barlow was the GOAT rookie. Like, do you remember? I think he's still like the highest rookie of all time. I think. Or did he have that first price rise broken by, was it that Closey guy last year or something? But yeah, Barlow was just like instant primo because unlike Closey, he never dropped off until he broke his leg. NASA's piggery knows no bounds, stealing Sinclair's kick-ins. Couldn't break a tag, and the cheapest of 1-2s where he butchers the kick because he is under pressure. Yeah, I agree. It's pretty annoying. But it's a good own, I guess, if you can get him because then you get all that piggery going towards your score. But it's, yeah, definitely hard to watch because I've said before, I think he's probably the most overrated player in the comp. And don't get me wrong, I got to say this, like I think he's a really good player, but people were saying he was the best in the comp. It was a bit ridiculous. Matt Pearson, I have 4 right now: Sinclair, Whitfield, Worrell, and Dacos. So okay, so you've got a Worrell as well. So at some point, if this continues, Worrell's going to have to go. So that's when I guess you can like, if you, yeah, that's when you try and get Holmes, I guess. Or if you get him early, like I'm going to, and then later on you can use some DPP and piss Worrell off and get a midfielder in. I don't know. So yeah, there's no oh, you've already got Holmes, sorry. Nah, you can easily get a 6, I think, if you want to. Yeah, you can just piss Worrell off later and DPP that one. Oh yeah, Supercoach missing links, Golden. He was a good one as well. Was he? Did he get higher than Barlow though? I think Nick Martin was a bloody good one as well from the start. Didn't he kick like 5 goals or something in his first game off the wing? Matt Pearson, Coleman D5. Yeah, Coleman will have to go at some point as well. So I think you're fine to get a 6 one. because like it's either going to be Coleman or Worrell eventually. We'll have to go unless you're strapped for cash and trades and stuff. But yeah, I'd be wanting to get rid of one of them eventually. I think unless Worrell can turn it around. Sheldon, he was better than Dacos. Oh yeah, Goulden. Yeah, Dacos was. Am I remembering right? Was Dacos like really good in his first season, but not like? Didn't he average like 80s or something, 80 or 90? Or was he just like crazy straight off the bat? I can't remember. Supercoach missing links broke Barlow's record. I thought, oh, maybe he did then. But Barlow's still the GOAT, and I don't care. I don't care what numbers come up. For me, it's always going to be Barlow from those years. I remember it well. Maybe I'm biased. It was a good time in my life, 2010. Clayton, for me, Worrell was only a play until Keane came back. Now it might be earlier. I don't know about that. I reckon the fact that Keane's not there might be hurting Worrell because he's got to play more accountable. Because Keane's more of the lockdown than Worrell. But then I guess Worrell was scoring good at the start of the year, and that was without Keane. I don't know. Keane's a long way off anyway. Mass, Sam Flanders is a keeper, but certainly no primo. I don't think he's a keeper. Because what's he averaging? 80, 89. If he keeps that up, okay. Now I looked before at the top 6 forwards currently are averaging a lot more than that. So you'd be losing points. So the top 6, the 6th forward average right now is Josh Tracy with 99. So you got Flanders' whole 10 points below that. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it will be if you're losing that week on week, because suddenly that becomes like 100 points over the rest of the season. Yeah, there's just too many good picks ahead of him, I think. But obviously, if you're struggling for cash and you don't have a ton of trades and stuff left, then yeah, Flanders can be a keeper. It's not the end of the world. Sheldon, Fife has been the only player until Dacos that I start first year and second year and onwards. Interesting. Fife was a shock. I remember when he was just like a skinny kid, and I never thought he'd become the player he was. Like he'd do some flashy stuff, but yeah, he just basically was a skinny kid. He's like the kid from GWS reminds me of Fife actually. He hasn't been playing, but I'm sure he played last preseason. Is it Angove? I could be wrong. Could be the wrong player, but yeah, it's one of the GWS rookies. Reminds me of like real early Fife. Clayton, my understanding is that Marcus Adams, Bully's mature age, went up over 100K in first price rise, mid 2010s from memory. That's the record, I think, for a 1 week rise. I thought Closey broke the record. I swear it was Barlow had the record for the first price rise and that Closey broke it. Or they said he only had to get like another 100 or something. He would have broke it. Marcus Adams, there's a name I haven't heard in a while. He was a good player, but just really injury prone, wasn't he? Mass, what round do you anticipate being full primo? Good question. I haven't really worked that out. So let's assume no injuries from here and we can go 1 up, 1 down. What do I need? Technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got 7 spots to fill, so that's like, I don't know, let's say 7 weeks away. So about round 15, something like that, all going to plan. Let's say I go 1 up, 1 down for all of them. It's going to leave me with 11 trades as well. But we know it doesn't quite work out that way, so. Sheldon, Fife played last few rounds. His first, he was still cheap his second year. Oh, okay, yep. It's probably why I don't remember him that much in the first year, because he didn't play till late. But yeah, I remember he wasn't even that highly rated as a rookie. He just kind of went nuts after a few years when I think he stacked on obviously some muscle. Bailey Wallace. Bailey Wallace. G'day, Wiz. Anyone you trying to downgrade to this week for cash gen? G'day, Bailey Wallace. It's either Edwards from Sydney. Just that's partly because of how my team is. There's no one in my midline that's really ready to go or that I want to trade. But yeah, other than that, it's either going to be obviously Cumming or Burton if I can work out a way to get it to happen. But I don't think so. It's probably Edwards, unless I go the big one, which has gone out in the flex down to Cumming, and then a couple of primos on the mid and back line. DBZ Rush. I'm assuming Dragon Ball Z fan. Nice. I used to love that when I was a kid. Didn't McCarthy break the record for a 1 week rise last year? Or did he have the record for lowest break even? Yeah, maybe. I forgot about McCarthy. He was bloody good, wasn't he? What's happened to him this year? He's kind of dropped off. I think he's even been in defense again and he can't replicate what he did last year. Clayton, you'll only have 6 spots if you grab Yo. What is with everyone talking about Yo? I don't understand it. Like, there's obviously a joke or something behind it. I feel so out of the loop. What's with the Yo joke? Bailey, what about Buslinger? I don't like his job security. I think Lob will come back and he'll be out. We know Bevo hasn't really prioritised him. And he seems to be relying a lot on spoils for his points, which I don't love. To www. Evening Wiz, do you think Callahan is a must-have? I'm getting cold feet. Cash gen hasn't turned out great, so I feel like I have to grab him. Well, if your cash gen's not great, then yeah, you've got to take risks on these fallen players for sure. I don't think he's a must-have at all. I'm actually not even really looking at getting him myself. So it'd be stupid of me to say I must-have. That said, if you are in that position though where you need a fallen primo, he's definitely not the worst one you could take the risk on. Especially with the next couple of weeks coming up that people pointed out. I think he had Essendon and West Coast or something. So it'll be a good early hit for you. Hopefully you can get some confidence in those games and carry it on. Sheldon, Dacos started 190k, finished the year 500. Wow. Started him second year, even price rise. Yeah, so did I. Started him both years. I just couldn't remember how he went in that first year, but obviously to get to 500k, he was pretty crazy. Sid Draper, 126k midfielder forward. Ever going to make it in the seniors anytime soon? Yeah, he will. He'll get a game sooner or later. I find it really like he's got all the weapons, and I find it really weird that he just can't convert it to AFL level at all. What's even weirder is that I saw like one of his biggest weapons is his speed, right? And then I saw a headline that he'd apparently been working heaps on his sprinting, and it's like, why would you work on your weapon? There's clearly deficiencies in his game. Why is he putting the work into what he's already good at? Like I know people that have played against him, in Sandful and stuff like that, and they reckon he's just so quick and impossible to tackle. So it's bizarre that he'd spend the time working on that. But yeah, I do think he'll get a run in the seniors at some point. He's just got to put a good block together and not get injured. That's the biggest knock on him. He's definitely what the Crom need though, if he can put it together. Almost at the point where I'd say they wasted a pick on him or got it wrong, but not just yet. Clayton, I actually grabbed Yo 2 weeks ago. People bagged me out for it because of his injury history, but cheered me for having the balls to do it. 100%. I'm going to enjoy the ride. Yeah, what's the worst that could happen? Like he gets injured, and if he makes your money, well then you can just piss him off, and hopefully he's put some good scores on the field in that time. Let me have a look at him again. 427k. Break even 64. What's he been scoring like? I just don't understand the hype. 94, 88, 104 from the past 3. Oh, he's only had one. I guess Port, that 46 is only like actual bad score. It's not the worst of yeah. You gotta do what you gotta do to try and move up the ranks, don't you? All comes down to cash gen in the end. Sheldon, Yo will get injured 100%. He's a late pick at cheaper price for 4 to 6 weeks at end of year, if that. Oh, he's more of a starting pick, I think, at the start of the year. You don't want him at the end. But yeah, if you can get like 6 weeks out of him with decent scores on the field and, because he's obviously a lot cheaper, and then you've got to trade him and make some money, like, it's not the worst thing. I don't know how to say that name. Yeah, I got no idea. But using last boost for Farrow, Grill, and Jagger to Edwards, Burton, and Callahan. Finally, an Edwards trader. Okay. To have cash for later moves. See, I like that. Not many good rookies to come from what I understand. Yeah, that's the problem. So not keen on coming or bustling it either. This is someone that thinks more like me for sure. I like this. Edwards, Burton. So yeah, I don't mind the Farrow, Grill, and Jagger out. That all looks good. Edwards, Burton, Callahan. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I like that. Love the Lego, by the way. Have you seen the Minas Tirith leaks? I have, and it's a little bit disappointing if I'm honest. Like, I was expecting something a bit bigger and grander, I guess. You can't see it in here, but I've got the Titanic set to my left, and that's like as big and grand as the sets come, really. And I've also got what's the other tower from Lord of the Rings? I forget the name of it. It's sitting right in front of me, but the one with the Eye of Sauron on top. That's pretty big and grand. It looks like Minas Tirith is kind of like a scale too small or something like that. But that said, I might end up with it anyway. We'll see how much it costs. That's the biggest thing with Lego, or Lego as you guys call it. The price has just gone nuts lately. I haven't bought any new stuff for a long time. And I'm not poor, but like I can't justify spending like $600 every time a half decent set comes out. Like I got kids and a wife and stuff. Yeah, it's hard for me to do. So I don't know. But I have seen it, yeah. I feel like they're just flooding the market now as well with kind of anything that they can make. I saw a leak today. There's like a new bike or something. It doesn't even look like Lego. Like, who gives a shit? Why would you want just a push bike? It's just, yeah, bizarre. I don't know. I've lost a fair bit of interest in it, but I've started collecting some of the older stuff now. So there's always that. You can pick up some of the older sets as well secondhand, as long as the boxes are open pretty bloody cheap. It's quite surprising. And then other ones, no matter if you open the box or not, they just hold their price. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird market. Anyway, I'll get back to Supercoach before everyone starts leaving. Sheldon, rookies are slowing up. There will be one good one better than the rest. They always turn up like the chef Cook. Yeah, but Cook was the start of the year, and he's not really a rookie. He's been around a few years. He was just a role change, really. But yeah, the what's it called? The mid-season draft. We should get some gold out of there, hopefully. And how long away is that? When is that? Like round 12 or 13 or something? Oh, you saw that too. Is that the is that the bike that you're referring to that you saw? Or yeah. Clayton, thanks for an awesome chat. We was very generous with your time. No worries, I love it. As I said, I got the night off work, so it felt like a sign to get this done and have a good chat with you guys. So thanks for joining in. Yeah, you guys are definitely why I do it. We haven't had the mid-season draft yet. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was just saying. When is that? Like round 12 or 13? Should be good. Mass, people are so impatient. They traded Sardis last week at 272K, 49K profit, the break even of one. Expensive loot, but will make money at some stage. Um, Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that one. They are impatient, that's for sure. But if you're trying to gain ranks and you need to upgrade, and you got a guy there that's not even playing that's worth that much, and you don't really want to get rid of your other rookies, you can kind of do it, I guess. But you are right. The only problem with him is Brad Scott. I saw talking about him. There's still stuff in his game that they're not happy with, and they said he's got to go away and work on it. So is this like the same as last year, how we're not going to see him for a long time? I don't know. This is exactly why I didn't pick him myself. I just don't trust him or Scott or the whole situation. But yeah, I can understand why they did it. Sheldon. Uh, yeah, you got to be patient. Sardis way funny, as was always a trap. Oh, Sardis was funny. Sorry, I'm tired. Um, yeah, no, I agree. Where are defender rookies at? Considering bustling until someone pops up, can only hold Marshall, Lindsay, and the likes for so long. Oh, so you got Marshall in defense. Yeah, I want to get rid of Marshall. I think he's just about cooked. I don't think he's going to score much from here with the way they keep changing his role. And as soon as he goes forward, it's like kryptonite. But Lindsay, I think, is good for a while. Not, I wouldn't say he's fieldable, but the defensive rookie that I'm looking at is Edwards from Sydney. I think 119K. Apparently has half decent job security. I don't know. Like, I hear that they're happy with how he's playing. Like, he's not scoring a hell of a lot in Supercoach. He's averaging like 50s or something. But in in terms of real footy, apparently, yeah, they're quite happy with the job he's doing. So at least he should hold for a while. Um, it just depends. I don't know. Is Rampy playing at the moment? I have to check that. He could be just keeping the seat warm for Rampy. I got no idea. These are all things that I look into normally later in the week. That's why I never really make trades, and I don't really know what I'm doing until the team sheets come out. People always say to me like, "Oh, can you post your trades earlier, or what are your trades and stuff?" I don't know because something always pops up, and I kind of feel like the team sheets. It's better when something forces your hand. I just feel better about that for sure. Bustling are hard to trust. Bevo seems a stopgap. Yep, I agree. He's out when Lob's back. I think Lob's definitely the first choice. Edwards looks solid. Yep, proper footballer. Yeah, I agree. He'll probably only get better from here too with his scoring. Like once he settles in and might start getting a little bit of ball. But Sydney don't really possess it that much in the back half, do they? It's kind of like get the ball to Lizard and away we go. They attack the corridor. I love it. Helps for McInerney, that's for sure. Clayton, Harry Sharp was the rookie we missed. Had him all pre-season and switched him for Lombard after round 0. Was cheap because he was a sub a lot last year. Yes, he's another one. He's not really like a out and out rookie, is he? Because he was at Brisbane and then left. I know he's played before. Been around a few years. Lombard looked like such a good pick from watching the role he was playing early on, and yeah, he kind of just became that classic forward pocket. And there's not much for him to do when Gold Coast were just stomping teams and King was marking everything. But yeah, I got tipped off that this week he was going to play up the field, specifically in the Took role. Apparently, I don't think that quite happened, but he was definitely up the ground. And problem is, I got that intel after it was too late. My other players had already played, so I couldn't move him onto the field. But I wish I had have because he outscored Marshall. So that's one to keep an eye on because Lombard could go all right from here. That Edwards is a good solid size. In for the injured McCartan. Oh, okay, so it's McCartan. It's not Rampy. No way I'm going him with Perez already on my bench, though. Yeah, that makes sense if you got Perez. I've got Selwood and Farrow on my bench. But I've still got Lindsay and Sarong on field, so a bit different, I think. Could go like Sarong out, even though I think he might do all right this week. Maybe Farrow's gone. One of those two gone for Edwards. Lets me upgrade, probably in the forward line. Or even, it could be in the back line. Maybe I go Farrow and Sarong out. I don't think that would give me enough, though, to get Whitfield or any that I want. So that's a problem. Oh, too many decisions. Your best and worst selections this season. I think you've been your best and worst, yeah? Okay. Best selections. The ruck line, so starting Gorn, even though he's dropped off a bit now for obvious reasons. Starting the big rucks and not being deterred by all the talk in the preseason, that was probably my best picks. So, I started Cherry and Gorn. Then Cherry went out, so I got Grundy, and now I've got Cherry in again, so I got all three. But they were good. When I had to trade out Heaney, I got Merritt in. He's been really good. Who else? It's hard to just pick like one. My worst, though, it's got to be Parrish. Just because he was so bad and I traded him out and then he actually did good after that. And then if it's still players I've got, then it's Clark and Worrell both been fraud primos. Sheldon Edwards looks like that 50 average player, though could get that one high ceiling game, then consistent 50s again. Looks like one of those players. Yeah, he could, or he could just be a slow burn. Like all you need really out of him is like 120k, and he's probably justified. So he's got to get to like 240, 239, and he's all right. Like obviously our expectations on the rookies, the cash gen, it gets lower as the season goes on because they're not as good. So I'd take a 120k from Edwards. Lombard played higher up the ground, looked heaps better as the game went on. Yeah, exactly. So that was that tip off. He should do all right this week. They're playing in, is it Darwin? So it should be slippery ball, a lot of ground level stuff. So yeah, might even be able to field him this week. If I can't do a forward upgrade, I'm probably going to have to because I don't want to field Marshall. I've lost faith in Marshall and Josh Carr. Not that I really had any to begin with. Mass Lombard, 119k now, 225 with a break even of 20. He only averages 51. So it doesn't take much for a slow burn to make money. Yeah. But that 60, it was at 60, 66. If he goes another one of them, or even a 70, we're back in business. Like it'll be a lot quicker. So Sheldon, yeah, Lombard, different role, shows some promising signs. Slow burn City. Not if he keeps the role though. That's the thing. Yeah, he's been a completely slow burn up to this point. He's been pretty crap. But if he keeps this new role for a while, and he keeps scoring like 66s to 75s or whatever, or even 70, then yeah, it won't be such a slow burn. So he's made like 105k. If we can get like another 30, 40k out of him, I'll just call it a day and he can go. We're not really getting many forward rookies pop up anyway, are we? So not in the near future. So that also kind of helps. I don't know what way you look at it, if it helps or it's a hindrance, but kind of got to keep him for a while, I think. My best and worst for the year. Thought about bringing Cook in before the Cats game. Missed out, so took a punt of Dersma. Oh, is that Willem Dersma? That's heaps good. It's a shame you missed out on Cook. But yeah, the Dersma one has been huge. Like is he averaging like 90 or something? He's made 200k. Jesus. He's averaging 1 point less than Flanders, for Christ's sake. Like, he's been a great pick. So, yeah, well done. I wish I had the balls to have gone there. That's why you kind of got to. I fell victim with this one. Didn't even bother really researching him. People just said, oh, he's not an accumulator and all that. So I just didn't want to go for the high price. Sheldon, plenty of mid rookies, very little forwards, backs, and rucks. Yeah, and the DPP is shit this year for the rookies. Like, they were pretty much all mid defenders, all the good ones, and now it's left us in a bit of a hole. This is why I can't really trade in like a Burton or anything this week, because all my trade out options are stuck in defense now. Yep, more than Bruin. So good to watch too. Yeah. Yeah, he has. He's been better than Bruin. Who would have seen that coming? Bruin's kind of on his last chance for me. Even though, yeah, I've said his fantasy points are good, so, there's a bit of safety. It shows he's still got the role, but he's not really converting him like we want at the moment. It's been a couple of average scores in a row, hasn't it? Oh, no, 2 of the last 3. That 92 against Port's fine. But, yeah, he's got to be a stepping stone. I guess he has made 113K, though, so it's not bad. I forget how cheap he was to begin with. So he's been a good pick. You could probably trade him right now, and it's not the end of the world. Dersman's now moved into the inside mid and has an awesome run and buy. Could get to 450K with good scores. Annoyed I missed him. Yeah, we all are. I missed him too. See, the old groupthink thing, it happens to all of us. As much as I said about this year, like, my whole thing has been based on not getting sucked into what others say. That was one that very early on in the preseason I just missed because I listened to people saying he was an accumulator. So there you go. Guess it doesn't really matter. It's funny, isn't it, how some players they can't find the ball in juniors or in reserves or whatever, and as soon as they get to the real thing, they take off. Charlie Cameron was like that, from what I remember. He couldn't get the ball in the Crom reserves, and then they kind of just, I think they gave him a game in the seniors just as like a last chance, and yeah, he went crazy. So some are just more suited to the better system. You find it as well, even at lower levels of footy. Like, if you play in, say, the A grade, then you move to the reserves. It's actually hard in the reserves because the ball doesn't move the same. So where you'd normally go to get a kick, it's not the same. So yeah, maybe that's why we probably shouldn't be so dismissive of players that aren't killing it in the juniors and the reserves. I listened to Coach's panel for rookies, got me Dersma and Roses. Yeah, someone pointed that out to me in the, maybe even been you, in the comments of my last video. So I got to go watch that channel and yeah, get some info on rookies because I can't really watch them myself at the moment. So good shout. Sheldon, I judged Dersma by his brothers stayed away and also playing for weaker team in Weagles. I was wrong. He's shining like a star. Yeah, absolutely. We all feel that way. Mass, I bought Cook in on the bubble just before the game started. Got the BS glitch that locked him as VC. Then Cherry as captain. Shit the bed versus Essendon, and I lost a lot of points as he would have been VC. Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, that sucks. So many stories like that in Supercoach. It sucks. Dersma is built like a twig, but he's strong like Dustin Fletcher. Well, if he ends up half as good as Dustin Fletcher, he's in for a good career because Fletcher was like next level. I don't think kids of today would understand probably looking at him like just how or why he was so good. All right. I reckon I'm going to call it. It's 10 o'clock here. I need to go to bed, but if there's any last minute questions or comments you got, send them now. And if not, I'll take off. So I'll give you a second if there is any. But yeah, thanks for tuning in again. Can you imagine Dustin Fletcher taking the kick-ins in today's footy? Oh, oh yeah. How good was it when he used to just like unleash a barrel and it would hit the center circle, things like that. Footy was peak back then. Yeah, good luck for this round, guys. Yeah, big thanks for joining in, and I'll try and make this a weekly thing, I reckon, because I think it's good for all of us just to have a chat. And yeah, good luck with the round and your trades and stuff. I'll do a trade video, as I said, probably be on the Friday. So if you watch that round and your trades and stuff, I'll do a trade video, as I said, probably be on the Friday. So if you watch that, leave some comments and bag the shit out of my trades. I love it. First dog was named after Fletch. An Essendon Nuffy. I love it. Dustin would run out of fullback and kick it into the forward line these days. Yeah. Oh man, be so good. The way they zone now, he'd just barrel it over the top. All right. I'm out. Catches.